वो मैंने उधर से क्लोज मार दिया. Going now. हेलो 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 फ्रेंड्स, नमस्कार दोस्तों. और मैं निकलेश जैन आप सबका स्वागत करता हूँ. वेलकम टू चेस बेस इंडिया. एंड टुडे इज अ वेरी स्पेशल डे फॉर इंडियन चेस बिकॉज टू इंडियन प्लेयर्स, Grandmaster Koneru Humpy and International Master Divya Deshmukh, they are playing currently in FIDE World Cup semi-final. और ऐसा पहले कभी नहीं हुआ है. This is first time two Indians are playing in FIDE World Cup semi-final, and I hope maybe they will play final also. Okay, so let's directly go to the game because game has already started, and currently we are in the screen. You can see here is Koneru Humpy is playing from black, and already something excited happening on the board. Move number 4. So I will just show you what happened from a start. E4, E5, Knight F3, Knight C6. So common hua game yahan tak. Bishop B5, Railo is opening, and then Knight F6, and here Lei Tingjie chose close Railo D3. But here Koneru Humpy just played Knight E7. मतलब कि कोई नॉर्मल लाइन हमको जो है रटा रटाया वाला आज देखने नहीं मिलने वाला है. दिस इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी एक्साइटिंग बिकॉज इफ हम्पी इज प्लेइंग दिस मूव in move number 4 only, and game just has started, that means there is some preparation. And this is very important day because Humpy here is playing from black pieces. And as you know, two classical game is there. Today is game number 1, tomorrow will be game number 2, and so this is going to be very very important game. Anyway, Humpy just played 97, and this is how much this move has surprised Lei Tingjie. We will get to know that how much time she is going to take to respond this move. So we're going to follow both games. Let's check the Divya Deshmukh. And you can say it's a luck or whatever you say, both Indian players are playing from black pieces today. So Divya is also playing from black. And what happened in Divya game, हमने देखा कि बोर्ड नंबर जो हमारा पहला बोर्ड है कोनेरू हम्पी के गेम में E4 E5 हुआ है. Here D4 D5. So D4 D5, C4, E6, Knight F3, Knight F6, E3. So once again you can see here is even Tan is playing little close type of setup. Okay, कोले सिस्टम यहाँ पे ऐसा लग रहा है खेला जा रहा है. So this is very important because आप ये अंदाजा लगाइए because these games are very very important. And one loss, and especially from white pieces, it's very very difficult to recover because from black pieces, if you opponents will easily from white pieces will hold you in a draw. मोस्ट लाइकली. सो इसीलिए ये माना जाता है कि इफ यू आर प्लेइंग फ्रॉम वाइट पीसेस, you cannot afford to lose in this kind of tie break games, this kind of knockout games. So that's why it looks like very clearly that even Tan and even Lei both are playing little close kind of setup instead of go for the main line. सो आप सभी को आज मैं जो है बहुत कुछ बताने की कोशिश करूंगा. एंड ऑफ दिस स्ट्रीम जो आखिरी हिस्सा होगा अगले 2 घंटों के बाद का, वहां पर आपको सागर शाह जी की कमेंट्री जो सुनने के लिए मिलेगी. राइट नाउ आई एम इन बार्सिलोना, सो आई एम इन डिफरेंट टाइम जोन. सागर भाई इन लास वेगास, सो ही इज आई थिंक करंटली राइट नाउ मे बी 4 o'clock or something will be there timings early morning. So and Vivek Bhai is managing this stream from India, and players are playing from Georgia. So in Georgia, so all 4 things are happening in different time zones. Okay, anyway, so let's see what is happening here. So Divya has just played A6. Okay, so if you अगर ये देखा जाए तो ये what is A6 is doing is that in any moment if black can take c4 and then you can take the your b pawn to b5 with a tempo, and then take your develop your light color bishop, which is the main problem in qgd or queen's gambit lines. So this is going to be, I think, exciting game, but this just started. We are going back to Humpy game because this game is going to be very, very interesting. Then let's see what happened after knight e7 as expected. Till now Lei Tingjie ने कोई चाल नहीं चली है. दिस इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. एंड अगर मैं आपको बताऊं, कुछ डाटाबेस बताने की कोशिश करूं, सो इन द नाइट e7 there is some games are there actually around 100 games, 137 games are there. So, but not so much. If you talk about the theory of Rai Lopez, every line you have, I think, thousands, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 games. But in any line, if you have only 137 game, that means this line is something new or well prepared by Koneru Humpy. So I'm very excited to know that what is going to happen. And let's check the chat. Actually, everything is okay here. How is the opening color decided for this game? I think by they have to do toss. I think arbiters must call them and make some toss or something. I think accordingly they got the colors because it's like 2 games, na? So one is white, one is black. But yes, this is also impact that who's going to get white. You know, this is double kind of stuff. Like for example, कि आपको white मिला पहले game में and you played a draw or something. So in the next game, you will be in little pressure, okay, to handle that situation. And in the same time, for example, Abhi Humpy and Divya both are playing from black pieces. For example, they won today. So then draw from white pieces will not be so difficult. But in the same time, if Humpy and Harika draw today even, tomorrow they will have psychological advantage because they are going to play from white pieces. So this is a very is tricky thing actually. Sometimes it's work for you, sometimes work against you. So आपको पता नहीं exactly कि क्या चीज favor में जाएगा. Ultimately, you have to play good chess only. That is going to help. So if you are in good form, just focus in your moves, just focus in your game. You don't need to think that okay, today I have a what color I have, so I have to win or something. This is you can see in the game. That white is not trying to play some extraordinary opening. So they just keep calm. They want to be solid. That okay, कम से कम हारो तो नहीं आज. You don't want to lose at least. So वही strategy होता है. But ultimately, you know, nerves matter. आप कैसे खुद के nerves को maintain करते हो जब pressure situation आता है, और कैसे आप फॉर्म में हो, how much you are able to see, how far you are able to see, how much you are able to calculate. So how clean you are able to see. So these things in matter. But definitely if अगर 4 खिलाड़ी semi-final पहुंचे हैं, so you have to accept that all four players are in good form. So let's see what will happen. So ओके, तो स्कोर क्या है, कोई पूछ रहा है. भाई स्कोर अभी शुरू ही हुआ है मैच, अभी तो 0-0 ही है. एंड लॉन्ग वे टू गो टुडे एंड टुमारो. एंड आई होप कि लाइव ट्रांसमिशन जो है वो बराबर आ रहा होगा. वंस अगेन आई थिंक हेयर यू कैन सी हेयर, जब से D3 के बाद 97 played by Humpy till now, almost 9 minutes taken by Lei Tingjie and there is no response as expected. ऐसा ही होगा क्योंकि आपको फिर सोचना पड़ेगा कि ये क्या नया चीज अपोनेंट ने खेल दिया है. सो ये वेरी वेरी क्लियर इज देयर दैट Humpy already surprised in opening to Lei Tingjie. So this game is going to be very interesting. And now let's see the game of Divya Deshmukh here. So Divya Deshmukh का गेम थोड़ा आगे बढ़ गया है. So after that, C4, E6, Knight F3, Knight F6, E3, symmetrical almost setup है both side. And now here Divya changed to A6 and then Knight D2. So she played C5 also. So I think this is perfectly fine for Black. Already equal space on the board and in the development also. So this is nice for Divya. That and you know Divya is kind of player who always like to play in good space. She always like to. I think she's very good in pawn breaks also. So this is perfect opening for Divya so far. Okay. Okay, so this is very very interesting, and I will just tell you that how many games played in this line. So many games is there in Queen's Gambit decline. So okay. Oh, here this is going to be more interesting here. Look what is happening here is that after Humpy played Knight E7. You know what was the one of the best moves here played by White is Castle Knight C3, but here Lei Tingjie relocated her bishop from B5 to C4. Now Humpy responded immediately with C6 with the idea of D5. So now like Humpy is saying that I'm going to develop, going to push my pawn with the tempo, going to attack your bishop. So you will lose one more move. And already this bishop played bishop B5, now bishop C4, and when D5 will come, this bishop has to move more. And even not only D5, even B5 is possible. So this means that till now, and the speed Humpy played means Humpy took only something 10 seconds to respond with C6. So this is going to be very exciting game. This is clearly looks like that Humpy in his preparation. Definitely जब उन्होंने 97 खेला है तो दैट मीन्स कि अभी ये लंबा प्रिपरेशन होगा. और जिस तरह से C6 आया है, आई होप दिस गेम इज गोइंग टू हीट सून. तो काफी इंटरेस्टिंग मैच होने वाला है हम्पी एंड ले टिंगजे के बीच. अच्छा, वन ऑफ द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, इफ आई रिकॉल करेक्टली, I think if I recall correctly, Lei Tingjie lost against Humpy in FIDE World Rapid Championship. Not last year. I think when the first time when Humpy became the world champion, I think she beat Lei Tingjie on the final. Maybe if someone can correct me even in chat. So and I also, at least I remember this thing that Humpy having good record against Lei Tingjie. So you know these things also matter. If you're playing against someone, you're already confident against her, you already defeated her in important moments. So that memories always carry with yourself, and that help and boost your confidence. In the same time, same thing also somehow pin opponent's mind that, oh, this player beat me in very important moments. So either you are a little crazy about, oh no, I have to beat this person because she beat me or he beat me there. But these things sometimes work negative way. But anyway, apart from everything, Lei Tingjie has played amazing chess in last couple of years, and she's improving in ranking. Also, she's ahead of Humpy. So she improved a lot. So this is also one thing that if you work really hard, you know that now you're better. So you are more confident. So anyway, these are all, everything is like आप सब कुछ सोच सकते हो. अल्टीमेटली बोर्ड पे जो होगा वही सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज है. ओके. FIDE World Cup men's is going to held in India this year only. अक्टूबर नवंबर के टाइम में होने वाला है. So that is also going to be very important. And मैं तो आप सबको बोलूंगा, if you miss to watch Olympiad in Chennai, or if you already visited that tournament, do visit FIDE World Cup also whenever this is going to happen. So far, the sources is saying either will be in Goa or Delhi or maybe some other city, but most probably maybe in Goa or Delhi. I don't know, but go and do watch. At least take some experience of few hours, few days, and so I hope this will going to work. Okay, so here Humpy played c6, and as expected, Lei is taking more time. Last time she played move after 9 minutes, and this time she already taken. Oh, here is something new. Here is something new. She played a4. So she's not interested to stop d5 or something. She just make a space for the bishop and stop b5. Okay, so what next? Humpy is going to play d5, or because you need to take care of e5 square. This is very important. Now, for example, go back here, and if I ask you, chat, why knight e5 was not possible? Why? So can you reply me in chat? Why knight e5 was a blunder? All the young players or amateur players, you have to find quickly the answer here. Humpy has 4 wins, 2 draws, and 3 losses to Lei in classical. Thank you, Harsha, for amazing insight. Thank you. Because I remember, okay, Humpy is having a good results, but exactly not the data I don't have. भाई ये क्या होता है? वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप अलग, वर्ल्ड कप अलग. भाई खेल ही अलग है तो चीजें भी अलग ही होंगी. अब सब कुछ क्रिकेट के जैसा तो नहीं हो सकता है. सो अदर स्पोर्ट्स में ओलंपियाड का भी मेडल होता है, वो भी होता है. चेस है, चेस में सब चीजें अलग हैं. वर्ल्ड सबसे चेस में द बिगेस्ट थिंग इन चेस इज वर्ल्ड चेस चैंपियनशिप. World Cup is one of the format where they allow to everyone can play. Chess is different sport, so everything is different. Chess World Championship title के लिए सिर्फ 2 लोग खेलते हैं, है ना. और इस लाइक की जो आपका क्रिकेट के वर्ल्ड कप का फाइनल होता है, बट इन चेस थोड़ा अलग है. इन चेस वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप पहुंचने के लिए आपका रास्ता वर्ल्ड कप से होके जाता है. सो दिस इज रियली अमेजिंग दैट कि चेस में तो 2-3 चीजें हैं कि आप कैंडिडेट भी है, आपके पास ओलंपियाड भी है, आपके पास वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप भी है, और वर्ल्ड कप भी. और चाहिए ना भाई. चेस वी वांट टू चेस टू बी मोर एंड मोर पॉपुलर. So I think everything is getting popular these days. Even the World Rapid Blitz Championship is getting more and more popularity. So this is nice. Means earlier I also had some confusion, but later on I realized that this is good for chess. Overall सब अच्छा ही है, बढ़िया है chess के लिए कि इतने सारे इवेंट हो रहे हैं. Okay, I'm able to see some chats, but not always I'm able to see. So okay, if I miss something, forgive me. Okay, so come back here. So this is the, I think some people reply already. Yes, Queen F5 आ रहा था यहाँ पे. So ऋषभ ने बोला है, और भी किसी ने बोला है. ऋषभ जैन, yes, so knight E5 was not possible here क्योंकि यहाँ पे डबल अटैक लग जाता है ये, और आपका जो है वो पीस ही चला जाता है यहाँ पे. तो इसीलिए E5 जो है वो नेचुरली प्रोटेक्टेड है, टैक्टिक्स के थ्रू प्रोटेक्टेड था वो, एंड इसीलिए C6 पॉसिबल है. और अब यहाँ पर हम्पी सोच रही हैं, अब आफ्टर A4 हम्पी ने पहली बार टाइम लिया है 4 मिनट के आसपास. सो यहाँ पे देखना ये होगा कि नाइट G6 जो नेचुरल वे है, जैसा कि इटालियन में होता है. अगर आप देखो तो ये गेम इटालियन की तरफ कन्वर्ट हो सकता है. नाइट G6 जा सकता है, एंड देन मे बी हम्पी विल डेवलप द बिशप फ्रॉम C5. सो लेट्स सी, वी आर गोइंग टू फॉलो दिस गेम. चलते हैं दिव्या देशमुख के गेम की तरफ. उधर क्या हो रहा है वहां पे देखते हैं थोड़ा सा. सो आफ्टर C5 यहाँ पे तान जोंगोई उन्होंने डिसाइड किया है कि शी इज गोइंग टू कैप्चर द सेंटर. तो यहाँ पर सेंटर पर एक्सचेंजेस हुए हैं, और लेट्स सी. अब हम अगर बात करते हैं कि दिव्या देशमुख की जो अपोनेंट है तान, शी इज एक्स वर्ल्ड चेस चैंपियन ऑलरेडी. वो एक बार वर्ल्ड चैंपियन बन चुकी हैं, एंड शी लॉस्ट टू हर ओन कंट्री प्लेयर जुवेंजुन से वो अभी वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप हारी है, एंड शी लॉस्ट दैट वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप वन साइडेड. And that is something shocking for me also, because Tan is very strong player, but the way she lost against Zhu Wenjun was fully surprised, not only for me, for all the world, because everyone even expecting that maybe Tan will beat this time Zhu Wenjun and become the world champion again. But uh, the story of world championship was totally different. The most one-sided world chess championship in women's section ever happened, as I saw. And she lost drastically, back-to-back matches she lost. So especially when she reached her own city, I don't first tournament was in Shanghai and then in another place, and she lost more drastically in that city. So after that, her confidence is shaky, because if you see, okay, she reached here in semi-final, but just before this tournament, she played the Cranes Cup in USA, and that tournament also went disaster for her. So means she's very strong still, but in confidence wise, I think she is in shaken condition currently. Joy life, bro, don't speak in Hindi alone. भाई I'm going to mix और मैं बीच बीच में हिंदी में भी बात करने ही वाला हूँ. So you have to manage. I think आपको समझ में आएगा. You will understand everything. I will try my best. Okay, so Tan reached a semi-final of World Cup for third time in a row. Oh, yeah, this is also some data. So thank you for that. Okay, so here she played b3, and so she didn't take capture this pawn, because in that way Divya has to play with isolated pawn, but she didn't do that. So I think maybe now Divya is going to capture in d4. But anyway, if she capture the d4, the knight will come to on d4, and this is anyway Divya has to play with isolated, so IQP. So we will follow this game. Go back to the Koneru Humpy game here. And so far, okay, so Humpy, instead of knight g6, she played d6 here. And now, so this bishop is going to be inside only. Preferably, this knight will go to g6, जैसा कि Italian में होता है, and then bishop e7, and maybe after castle, either bishop g4 or either bishop e6. So, okay, at least here you can call that black already has equality. In the move number 6, there is and also there will be some chances in king side, maybe in future, whatever Humpy prepared here. I think Divya Deshmukh to candidate would be the great for Indian female juniors. I think दिव्या ऑलरेडी मेरे ख्याल से वो जूनियर का जो टैग था उससे हटा देना चाहिए दिव्या से. वो ऑलरेडी वर्ल्ड जूनियर चैंपियन रह चुके हैं ऑलरेडी. नाउ आई थिंक दिव्या इन 21 और समथिंग. सो दिव्या ऑलरेडी आप कह सकते हो कि अब वो शीर्ष स्तर की खिलाड़ी बन चुकी हैं. और आई थिंक इज आल्सो इज अबाउट लाइक ग्रैंड मास्टर. शी इज स्टिल नॉट ग्रैंड मास्टर, बट आई थिंक शी विल become the grandmaster any moment also. Already she reached the level. And the yesterday game shown that now she is able to score wins in more big stages. So Harika, because beating Harika is never easy. Harika is very solid player. She already wins twice world world championship bronze medal. Because earlier what happened in women's chess, they organized even one or twice, I don't remember exactly, world chess championship in this format. Same format they are doing currently, this FIDE World Cup. They organized the World Championship in this format, I think twice at least, and both times Harika wins the bronze medal. So ये एक इम्पोर्टेंट चीज है कि फीडे ने अब क्या कर दिया है कि दे मेक सेम एज द मेंस सेक्शन. सो वहां भी कैंडिडेट हो रहा है पहले अभी, और मेंस एंड वुमेन्स कैंडिडेट बोथ सेम सेक्शन हो गया. अभी 8-8 प्लेयर कैंडिडेट खेल रहे हैं, जैसा मेंस में हमेशा से होता था ऑलमोस्ट. मतलब लास्ट टाइम से जो हो रहा है काफी 30-40 ईयर से. And then men's and women's also they did the same. Now candidates, 8 players has to qualify for candidate, and then candidates will find one challenger, and that challenger is going to challenge the world championship. So now they keep things simple and same as a man and woman. But earlier it was not like that. Bye bye. Okay, so let's see. Go back to the Divya game again. And after B3, Divya ने अभी तक कोई reply नहीं किया है. Okay, maybe she's now. This is very important that what Divya is going to select here. One of the thing is like you can develop this bishop, but yes, you have to respond now for castle. Maybe simple bishop e7 is possible, and b5 could be one of the moves to just take control of the c4 square. And you can just more wait that if white will capture the c5 pawn, so you can develop with your bishop. So, but yes, okay, it looks fine so far. Position looks fine for here for black. Same as Koneru Humpy here. Okay, so Humpy played here now d6, and now okay, it's now like white can develop simply now. Knight c3, castle, bishop g5 even is possible. Or maybe in some moment, like white even try to open the position with d4, but before that she need to guard this e4 pawn. So maybe knight c3, preferably the first move, and then maybe ready to open the center with d4. So this is Koneru Humpy. अब मैं थोड़ा सा आप लोग के कमेंट्स भी देख लेता हूँ. Okay. After a long time, अच्छा, yes, बहुत दिनों बाद मैं कर रहा हूँ भाई कमेंट्री. तो फ्रेंड्स, अगर आपको हिंदी में शतरंज देखना जो है वो पसंद है, तो डू विजिट हिंदी चेस बेस इंडिया चैनल. वी आर आल्सो रीचिंग अराउंड 1,84,000 सब्सक्राइबर, एंड आई होप टू बी सून 2 लाख सब्सक्राइबर. बट तो अगर आपको हिंदी में शतरंज के मुकाबले देखना, कमेंट्री देखना, वीडियोस देखना पसंद है, सो डू विजिट हिंदी चेस बेस इंडिया चैनल ऑल्सो. So d6, and so far, if you have to call one advantage for Humpy, is Humpy used only 4 minutes, even less than that. For example, you can say Humpy used 3 minutes and 21 seconds till now, still 6 move, while Lei Tingjie already used almost 20 minutes. So this is showing that okay, black is well prepared and also surprised little bit in this opening to Lei Tingjie. So you can call okay, this is little upper hand to Humpy so far in current position. Why don't we have live telecast? Because हमारे पास rights नहीं है भाई वीडियो के. So if right is not there, so we cannot show you the videos. But anyway, we can discuss the game. As for this game will progress, we will keep looking. Okay, so Divya, the smoke यहाँ पर. But yes, I am very hopeful and very positive that when World Cup is going to held in India soon, the men's World Cup, I think you will have the videos of the players also, because this is going to be in India, so it's very going to be very special event like Chess Olympiad. When we all was there in Chess Olympiad and doing commentaries, that was very special time. Okay, so Bishop e2 played by Tan, and now okay. somehow I don't know, earlier जब मैं लीचेस पे क्लिक करता था so ऑटोमेटिकली बोर्ड बार बार स्विच नहीं होता था. अभी मैं स्विच कर रहा हूँ तो वो हमेशा वाइट ही फर्स्ट आ जाता है. मे बी मुझे कोई सेटिंग यहाँ पे करना होगा. आई डोंट नो. ओके, सो यहाँ दिव्या के गेम में क्या प्रोग्रेस हुआ है, वी विल सी दैट आफ्टर b3 दिव्या रिस्पॉन्ड विथ नाइट c6 बिशप b2 and then she played bishop g4 bishop e2. Okay, so now maybe bishop e7 and continue the development. Okay, अभी तक की बात करें so his position is equal only against Tan Zhongyi and Divya Deshmukh. According to time control, if you see, uh, Tan used something like 8 minutes and Divya used something like 16 minutes. Double from Tan, but okay, position is fine only. So go back to the Humpy game. After d6, once again, Lei Tingjie is taking time. Means compared to the last move, she already used 11 minutes again. So in first move, she used something like 9 minutes, and now then I think after she used something 4 minutes, and then in this move, she used already 11 minutes. So देखते हैं कि यहाँ पर ये खेल आगे कैसे. मुझे अभी तक जो ओपनिंग हुआ है, आई फाउंड दैट हम्पी गेम इज ओपनिंग वाइज इज मोर इंटरेस्टिंग बिकॉज आई विल शो यू अगेन दैट हम्पी ने क्या चेंज किया हेयर. आफ्टर d3 हम्पी प्लेड नाइट टू e7 and this is something new. Means something new means this is not something that players played frequently. So after bishop c4, c6, e5 maar nahi sakte because of queen f5. So he played a4. She played, and then Humpy played d6, protecting the e5 pawn. And from after that, Lei is continuously thinking. Okay, white can play very simple. There is no problem with white, but the issue is if you just castle silently, black will continue with knight g6, then knight f4 aa raha hai, and then black will try to build something against your king side. Because अभी आपको ये करने में आप जैसे कि यूजली white do in Italian, that is lot of time is there. You have to develop knight to d2, then rook to e1, then knight to f1, then knight to g3. मतलब चार चाल लगेंगे आपको उस तरह का सेटअप लेने में. चार चाल बहुत होता है. So that's why I think Lei Tingjie is thinking that okay, how to proceed in this position, and that's why maybe she could delay the castling here. So because आपको उसमें एक move बच सकता है that you can develop your knight from somewhere here. Oh, she played c3. Okay, and then go here and so it's like okay, it's like a little like a setup of Italian, but थोड़े से changes हैं. बिशप बाहर नहीं है, नाइट ऑलरेडी जो है वो g6 की तरफ जा रहा है. I think this is not so great move. c3, she wanted to open d4, but for example, Humpy played here knight g6, and then maybe you right now you cannot place here e4 because this pawn is hanging. So you have to protect first, or either you have to do castle or something, and then bishop e7, and now maybe rook e1, and then before and castle, and then maybe you can go for something like d4 or something. But this position is always already looking quite nice for black because black will already have this d5 move. तो ये ऐसा लग रहा है कि थोड़ा सा ओपनिंग में जो चालें हुई हैं, जैसे अगर हम पीछे जाएं, if we see some moves like for example when you played move like this, bishop c4, okay, one move wastage, and then here like for example c3, and now d4 is coming, and then still the position is like that black is fine now. Black को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है इस पोजीशन में, क्योंकि व्हाइट अगर अगर आप इसी सोचो कि इंस्टेड ऑफ बिशप c5 व्हाइट डायरेक्टली बिशप c4 आया होता, सो एक मूव आपके पास एक्स्ट्रा होता. सो दैट वन मूव जो है वो पोजीशन को चेंज कर देती है. बट इसीलिए पोजीशन में इक्वालिटी जैसा लग रहा है. ऑलरेडी ब्लैक इज ऑलरेडी इक्वल. व्हाट इज द चांसेस ऑफ ऑल इंडियन फाइनल? हाँ, मतलब दिव्या वर्सेस हम्पी का फाइनल का चांसेस इन करंट सिनेरियो आई विल से 50-50 है. चांसेस 50-50 चांस है, लेकिन वन साइडेड तो ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते हम कि ओके नो नो इंडियंस आर गोइंग टू प्ले फाइनल ओनली बिकॉज the both Chinese players are doing in women's chess extremely well in last 3 to 4 years. So they are almost reaching all the tournaments final or semi-final. Already their rating is saying everything. So in world rank also, I think Tan and Lei both are ahead of Humpy. But here, okay, if you say choose one player in Lei Tingjie and Koneru Humpy, I will choose Koneru Humpy. And if you tell me that choose one player, Divya Deshmukh and Tan Zhongyi, I will say, okay, this is little favor of Tan because of experience. But the way Divya is playing, the way she's creating chances, she also had good chance to qualify for final. So अगर इंडिया के खिलाड़ियों के बीच फाइनल होगा, एक और बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट चीज जो बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट डिस्कशन है कि इट्स नॉट ओनली अबाउट दिस गेम, बिकॉज ना वर्ल्ड कप के लिए 3 जो स्पॉट हैं वो इससे होकर के जाते हैं। और जहां तक मुझे याद आ रहा है अभी तक 2 लोग जो है वो क्वालिफाई हुए हैं। एक चीज मुझे जस्ट आई थिंक मुझे कंफर्म करना होगा ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि अभी तक वुमेन वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप के लिए कैंडिडेट के लिए कौन कौन जो है वो क्वालिफाई हुआ है अभी तक। तो 3 स्पॉट जो है वो वर्ल्ड कप से होकर के जाने हैं यहाँ पे। ओके, तो अभी तक यहाँ पर अगर हम देखें तो जू जिनेर ने अपनी जगह पक्की की है और अलेक्जेंड्रा गोलेचकीना ने पक्की की है। उसके अलावा यहाँ पर अभी बाकी के स्थान जो है वो खाली हैं, क्योंकि इन लोगों ने क्या कर दिया अभी कि यहाँ पर अभी जो वर्ल्ड कप का जो टॉप 3 है, तो अभी कैसा हो रहा है कि ये मैच जो जीतेगा, मीन्स टुडे एंड टुमारो मिलाकर के मैं बोल रहा हूँ, सो दोज 2 प्लेयर्स हु इज गोइंग टू रीच फाइनल, वो तो चलो फाइनल पहुंच गए, दे ऑलरेडी क्वालिफाइड फॉर कैंडिडेट। बट दोज 2 प्लेयर्स आर गोइंग टू लूज इन द सेमीफाइनल गेम्स, they will have one more chance to play one more match. सो वो थर्ड प्लेस के लिए जो मैच होगा दैट इज ऑल्सो गोइंग टू बी वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। सो जो फाइन यहाँ पे जो 4 खिलाड़ी आपको दिख रहे हैं, दे दे आर गोइंग टू गेट 2 चांसेस टू क्वालिफाई कैंडिडेट। फर्स्ट ये सेमीफाइनल जो वो खेल रहे हैं, एंड आफ्टर दिस मैच दे विल हैव अनदर चांस टू प्ले फॉर थर्ड पोजीशन, and whoever will finish third will qualify for FIDE candidates. So this is like really good chance like for all 4 players. And मैं ये नहीं सोचता कि okay 2 Indians will play final or no, but what I'm thinking that at least 2 Indians should qualify for candidates from this tournament. So that is going to be more important than anything else. Okay, winning the World Cup is also very very special, and I hope someone from Humpy or Divya will win. I must say that okay, I thought Humpy is looking very strong, but anything is possible. But the most important thing is that 2 players should qualify for this event. 1 minute. Okay, I'm back, friends. So let's see. Okay, so जैसा लग रहा था, Humpy already played after c3 here. After c3, she already played knight g6, and this is the current position. So Humpy is doing well, and this is very interesting position from black point of view. Already move number 7, black already at equality, and if you want to take Indian opinion, Indian is also saying even minus 0.1 means at least equal तो already जो है यहाँ पर equality already white के पास है। Okay, in Divya game here. Okay, so in Divya game, what is happening in Divya game here? So let's see. So okay, look here. What happened here already? Bishop b2, bishop g4, bishop e2, and then bishop into f3 and knight into f3. So Divya already exchanged the knight from her bishop. Okay, this is interesting, but somehow okay, because now white will have double bishop. Okay, I was not expecting this move, but I was thinking something like bd6 or bishop e7, but Divya exchange this. Now the question is that I okay, now maybe she will exchange this because now d5 will be in little pressure some moment, isolated pawn. Okay, but for example, you exchange here, take. Oh, oh wow. यहाँ पे एक मूव जो है वो शो कर रहा है, बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग मूव शो कर रहा है ब्लैक की तरफ से. ब्लैक कैन प्ले बिशप ए3. वाओ, बिकॉज इफ here आप मारते हो, so then queen a5 and then maybe queen d2 and then queen a3. This is something interesting, and because for example knight c6, dc6, okay, it's almost equal position. So knight f3. Let's see how Divya will proceed further, if she's going to capture on d4 or no. It's going to be very, very interesting. While Humpy game here, after knight g6, okay, Lei Tingjie is still thinking. Okay, the good thing is about Humpy is 22 minutes ahead of Lei Tingjie in time. This is something which is working for Humpy so far. And so, dosto, right now I'm in Spain, and I was here, like I was playing till yesterday one tournament also after a long time. It didn't went so well, but anyway, it didn't went bad also. So from today onwards, there's a Sitges International Tournaments is going to start. I'm going to visit the event, and I'm going to take some pictures, and I will bring more insight from that tournament, because Sitges tournament is very famous. 49th editions is happening here. Thank you, Atmaram Bhideji. Where is Angela? Angela is playing Sitges tournament from today. Okay. Anyway, so oh, here's some development is happening. So after knight g6, Lei Tingjie bring queen d5. But my question is that what if black play d5 here? d5, ed5, ed5 is possible, but bishop b5 check is coming. But anyway, because if black will have d5, then black most of the problem will solve. Okay, but white intention to bring queen b3 is about to, for example, take. Whoa, whoa. Here is one beautiful move from black, and that's why I'm showing a nice position. Oh my god, the move is here. Can you find the move here, everyone? Black to move. This is really nice. B5 is coming. Yes. And after AB5, you can take CD5, and looks like it. As a लगता okay, the piece trap हो गया. But actually here B6 is here, and if you take DC4, here B7 is coming, and that's how white will take back the piece. But the position is very interesting, like queen c6, then you have to come back knight d7, and maybe queen e4 to stop this pawn, and then Means if you want draw, you can play like this. But or either you will just develop the bishop and queen d3 and castle. Oh, very interesting variations they are coming. Like, let's see what will happen here. That after queen b3, let's see what move Koneru Humpy is going to choose here. तो जबरदस्त है ये पोजीशन, एक्चुअली में काफी इंटरेस्टिंग है। d5 और b5 दोनों आ रहा है बोर्ड के ऊपर, और बहुत ही एक इंटरेस्टिंग पोजीशन बन रहा है। ChessBase India, if Divya wins World Cup, then she can get her GM title. Is it correct? I don't know. ये तो चेक करना पड़ेगा। अब देखो, मजेदार बात ये है कि जब वर्ल्ड जूनियर चैंपियनशिप कोई जीतता है तो टाइटल डायरेक्ट मिल जाता है। तो पता है, मुझे नहीं पता कि वर्ल्ड कप जीतने पे टाइटल डायरेक्ट मिलेगा कि नहीं मिलेगा। मिलना चाहिए, मतलब अगर कोई वर्ल्ड कप जीत रहा है और वो ग्रैंड मास्टर नहीं है तो ये तो अजीब बात है। तो मिलना चाहिए, बट अगर रेगुलेशन में नहीं होगा तो नहीं मिलेगा। बट रेगुलेशन में चेक करना पड़ेगा। I think maybe Vivek Bhai can give any insight about it, but I'm not sure. So Queen B3, Will Humpy is going to play D5 and B5 moves both. Okay, if she's in preparation, yes, but if you have to find these things on the board, not so easy. Not so easy. Okay, so go back to the Divya position here. और हमने क्या देखा? ओके, दिव्या ऑलरेडी एक्सचेंज दिस CD4 94। अब यहाँ पे भी हम देखते हैं कि दिव्या बिशप A3 खेलती हैं कि नहीं खेलती हैं इस पोजीशन में। Because I will just show you that, okay, if black will play bishop E7 or something, this is not good position then, because knight C6, BC6, castle, आप भी castle कर सकते हो, but after that actually मैं ये जो pawn structure है against this bishop is not so great. So here, this is very important move for Divya Deshmukh to find bishop A3 move. And as per Divya caliber, the style she used to play, not so difficult move. Because in this way, you will exchange one bishop and opponent's double bishop advantage will go. और एक बार वो डबल बिशप एडवांटेज चला जाएगा अपोनेंट से, तो बिकॉज इफ यू सी दिस बिशप इज रियली रियली डेंजरस. So you need to be careful. Okay, let's see. Okay, मैं स्पेन में हूँ। वैसे तो कहीं से आवाजें नहीं आती हैं भाई, पर पता नहीं आज ऊपर वाला कुछ तो ही करने वाला है। मतलब ऊपर वाला मतलब कि ऊपर के अपार्टमेंट वाला, कुछ तो भी आवाजें आ रही है। कहीं तो कोई ड्रिल कर रहा है भाई। So bishop reached to A3 and oh, bishop A3. Here, nice. Divya Deshmukh played bishop A3. Okay, this was very important move to find. Bishop A3. This is a very nice move, and Divya Deshmukh found the move. Wow. ऊपर वाला सब जगह है भाई. Okay, bishop A3 here. And now let's see Koneru Humpy game. हम्पी के गेम में क्या हुआ? हम्पी ने नहीं खेला अभी तक, बट अगर D5 खेले तो मजा ही आने वाला है भाई. D5 and B5. Let's see. So both game is on interesting mode, and Divya Deshmukh bishop A3 move is very important move in this current situation, because this will maintain the equality for black. And also now black is ready to castle also. So development भी complete करना है. You have one isolated pawn, but this is okay. This position is fine now. Because especially this is also, you need to note down here that this bishop cannot contribute anything towards this pawn. तो वो बिशप जो है वो D5 के पॉन को बचाने में कोई रोल प्ले नहीं कर सकता, बट दिस बिशप कैन प्ले द रोल, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल. अब आप बोलोगे कि वो एक ही रंग के बिशप पे एक काम नहीं कर रहा, दूसरा काम क्यों कर रहा है? क्योंकि व्हेन यू आर प्लेइंग अगेंस्ट आइसोलेटेड पॉन, यू नीड टू कंट्रोल द नेक्स्ट स्क्वायर of that pawn really well, and for that you need opposite color. So वो bishop जो है is going to play a huge role, which is now going to exchange. So this is a really, really important and nice move by Divya Deshmukh. This is also showing that how she's able to see good moves in current scenario. Okay, winner of the World Cup gets GM title if she's not GM. Top 16 in men's World Cup also get direct GM title. She table. Uh, oh, so this is great that if दिव्या देशमुख, बट अगर टॉप 16 को देते हैं मेंस में, तो वुमेन में भी टॉप 4 को देना चाहिए यार. तो अब ये है ना, इम्प्रूव करना चाहिए फीडे को ये. So this is really, really amazing thing is happening, and Divya found the correct move. And now go back to the Koneru Humpy and Lei Tingjie game, and वो आज तो अलग ही हो रहा है भाई. D5 played by Koneru Humpy. Opponents already take the pawn, capture the pawn. Now will she's going to play B5 move. तो दो चीजें हो सकती है. Either this game is going to draw very fast, or either this game is going to be very, very interesting. B5 लगता क्या है दोस्तों? What do you think? Tell me in chat. What do you think? Humpy is going to play B5 here or no? She already played D5. Opponent already took into D5. Oh, she took from knight into d5, which is not a blunder, but okay, the excitement we were getting is now gone. Okay, so यहाँ पे मैं दिखा रहा हूँ दोस्तों, यहाँ पर वो चाल थी b5. बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग वेरिएशन था, क्योंकि ऐसा लगता है बिशप ही ट्रैप हो गया. टेक एंड टेक, बिशप के पास जगह नहीं है, और एक्चुअली में वो ट्रैप हो गया. बट यहाँ पे मूव है b6, टेक एंड b7. एंड दिस इज, और मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ये अगर वेरिएशन खेलते हम्पी, दिस इज नॉट इजी टू फाइंड. एटलीस्ट 15-20 मिनट तो क्लॉक में मिल जाता है एक्स्ट्रा. 100% मिल जाता, बिकॉज आपको ये कैलकुलेट करना कि भाई ये क्वीन देना पड़ेगा इधर पे. क्वीन दिया तो व्हाइट जीत जाएगा ये मैच एक्चुअली में. अब ये कैलकुलेट करना बहुत ही मुश्किल काम है. ओके, क्योंकि आपका रुक जा रहा, मतलब ये इजी नहीं होता. अगर यहाँ पे b5 खेला जाता, वो एक्यूरेट खेल देती, लेकिन टाइम लगता और घड़ी का फायदा आपको मिलता. तो यहाँ पे अगर आप बिशप b7 खेलते हो, देन क्वीन b7, जो मैंने आपको वेरिएशन दिखाया आफ्टर दिस, और हेयर क्वीन c6, और नाइट खेलना पड़ेगा, देन क्वीन e4. ये काफी इंटरेस्टिंग वेरिएशन था अगर बोर्ड पे होता तो. बट नाइट इंटू d5 बोर्ड पर आ चुका है. ब्लैक इज फाइन, और व्हाइट ने कैसल भी कर लिया यहाँ पे. बट नाउ वो वेरिएशन जो है वो नहीं होगा अब. सो दिस इज इंटरेस्टिंग. जो इंटरेस्ट था वो थोड़ा सा डाउन हो गया अभी यहाँ इस गेम में, बट आई होप कि दैट विल कम बैक एनी मोमेंट. एनीवे, इफ Humpy point of view, position is solid from black, and she successfully played this opening from black, and is still ahead of time compared to Lei Tingjie. So it's fine for India. No bad news or something. And here, Divya Deshmukh just played amazing move here. And after she found that bishop a3, this was very important move, because there is no games available here. So bishop a3 is very important move. She just found on the board, which is very, very important. This is not some preparation or something. And looks like, okay. And now after bishop a3, she already had fine, nice position. ChessBase India, why Indian players are very good in classical chess in the women chess, but rapid and blitz में थोड़ा weak है क्यों? अंशुल सिंह जी, ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं है कि रैपिड एंड ब्लिट्ज में वीक हैं इंडियन प्लेयर्स. एंड अगर इंडियन प्लेयर वीक होते तो कोनेरू हम्पी, विश्वनाथन आनंद वर्ल्ड रैपिड चैंपियन कैसे बनते, एक एक दो दो तीन तीन बार. और so okay, new generation is good only. If you talk about the new generation, they are much better in rapid and blitz format now. So the current generation तो अभी लीड कर रहा है, चाहे वो प्रज्ञानंदा हो, अर्जुन हो. And even look, Gukesh showed this time in Croatia Grand Chess Tour that how one-sided he won the rapid title. So I think it's matter of time. Chess culture is now improving more and more, तो players को ज़्यादा chances मिल रहे हैं, ज़्यादा opportunities मिल रहे हैं, and they are doing better. So slowly they are doing well. Okay, if not exchange bishop up, how you are going to avoid this exchange? Means what you will do? You will, if you don't do anything, I will capture. But for example, you want to say bishop c3, then even there is a knight e4 moves, and where this bishop will go. So actually, this position bishop a3, actually white cannot avoid this exchange. He white has to accept this exchange. Okay, this is one interesting question. Someone is saying, what about bishop b4 check? Bishop b4, white will play actually king f1, and you don't have a light color bishop. So what white is going to do? Play g3, king g2, an artificial castle will happen. And then what I was telling you, that against this isolated pawn, white need this bishop, and then that bishop will create problem for you. So this was the once in a game time opportunity to exchange this bishop by bishop a3. So I think she played really nice move here, Divya Deshmukh. We'll go back to the Humpy game after what happened here, after castle, bishop e7. So, okay, everything in progress so far. But वो b5 खेलते तो मजा आता था बहुत. So friends, soon I'm going to take a short break for my lunch, and then I will come back soon. But meanwhile, I'm here for few more minutes. Let's see. So Divya game is going on. Let's continue. What will happen? What possibilities in this game? Okay, if she accept, okay, queen a5 check, queen d2, queen a3. White can castle. Look, if white can castle, knight e4 could be tricky. So ऐसा लगता है मुझे कि maybe she will take knight into c6, b6, because in this way you are creating two weaknesses. Okay, you वो isolated pawn अभी नहीं रह गया, but there is something जहाँ पे white जिसके against खेल सकता है, and then maybe castle, because now knight e4, white can switch queen c2. Anyway, white want to switch c2, and then this is going to not so good for white. So here I think black will also want to castle, but then after, like for example, rook f c1, black need to play c5. Okay, Divya need to be careful with, she need to play with two hanging pawn or something, but this queen somehow is managing the space, and there is no dark color bishop, there is no knight, so there is nothing so specific that who can push back black queen. But in the same time, if you see this black queen, is looks like also a little trap also. You cannot go here, you cannot go here, and see, if you go here, exchange is there, you cannot go here, you cannot go here. So overall situation is interesting, but yes, white will be little better, slight better in that those kind of position. अरे भाई, रैपिड एंड ब्लिट्ज टूर्नामेंट क्या इतने रेगुलर थोड़ी होते हैं, है ना? तो वो धीरे धीरे होगा, तो धीरे धीरे उसमें टॉप पे आदमी पहुंचेगा. एंड रैपिड एंड ब्लिट्ज का कल्चर वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज में शुरुआत से काफी ज्यादा रहा है, तो वहां पे रैपिड ब्लिट्ज जो है लोग ज्यादा खेलते ही रहे हैं हमेशा से, तो वो थोड़ा सा फर्क रहता है. आई डोंट थिंक कि वो कोई बड़ी चीज है, और वो इतना इंपॉर्टेंट भी नहीं है. आर यू गोइंग टू क्वालिफाई फॉर वर्ल्ड कप फ्रॉम रैपिड एंड ब्लिट्ज? आर यू गोइंग टू क्वालिफाई फॉर एनी इंपॉर्टेंट टूर्नामेंट थ्रू रैपिड एंड ब्लिट्ज? पहले ऐसा नहीं होता था. बट नाउ व्हाट हैपन इज दैट बिकॉज ऑफ टाई ब्रेक्स आर हैपनिंग इन रैपिड एंड ब्लिट्ज. even you see in the tie breaks, for example, compare लास्ट टाइम 4 इंडियन खिलाड़ी जो है वो फीडे वर्ल्ड के क्वार्टर फाइनल में पहुंचे थे. 4 इंडियंस, विदित, गुकेश, अर्जुन, प्रज्ञानंदा, 4 players reached the quarter final last time out of 8, 4. So that means they are doing well only, na? And then if you see here, uh, talk about this time, four Indian women reached the quarterfinal, and she faced tie breaks. Now she once they won the tie break, then they reach only. So they are doing well only. If you see, Pragyananda wins Tata Steel. Vaikanji, he won Superbet Classic. Both tournament he won I think in tiebreak only. So they are doing well only, and I think more tournaments will happen, and Indians will be, I think, in top. In these top players will be in top rankings list in rapid and blitz also. Okay, so friends, here I'm taking like one short break. I will finish my lunch and come back to you, Vivek bhai. Hopefully people will able to see the screen. At least the games will be live to them, and I will come back and join soon. See you soon, friends. Hello, everyone. So I'm back now. I think my voice is already reaching you. Yep. Okay. So what happened in this game? First, let's see with Humpy game. What are the changes here? So after center exchange, d5, knight d5, castle, bishop e7, rook e1, and she's putting pressure on the c5 pawn. But Humpy say no problem, and she castle. Now here is if black is going to take this capture. Why this is fine for sorry, if white take this pawn, why this is fine for black? Because after knight into e5, rook into e5, bishop d6, rook might will go to e1, and then e1 rook e8, and then you have to accept rook e8, queen e8, and then you see here three pieces are still inside, and that is why this is the reason that okay, black has to play something, white has to play something like this: knight d2, check, knight like this, bishop h2, king h2. Who want to play like this? According to Indian, this position is equal, but who want to play like this? So definitely not. And that's why Lei Tingjie says no, I don't want to play like this, and she's just developed the knight on d2. And now this is the time Humpy has to defend this pawn. Now there is more interesting things are happening here. I think, look, this is very interesting. If you play bishop to f6, which is quite possible, or you can play bishop to d6. Both are possible, but in this scenario, you have to be careful with this move. But cd5, queen d5, but this is not so good to take this pawn because then knight f4, some problems are there. Still the problem is development. जो का problem चल रहा है वो harm करेगा Lei Tingjie को, and that's why this position is still interesting. Knight bd2, but okay, अब जो time था Koneru Humpy and Lei Tingjie, the gap of time is not so much now. Now only 6 minutes gap are there. So is there. So that means okay, Lei Tingjie already equalized also whatever the ideas she faced from Humpy from black in opening. She already managed to at least got equality, but yes, still need to she need to sort out about this development issue. Okay, let's move to Divya Deshmukh. इधर क्या हो रहा है और हमने जो डिस्कस किया था, there is something different happen यहाँ पे. जब ये चेक आया, so she played b4, not queen d2. Okay, b4 and queen into a3 and castle, and actually this is okay, this is even good for black because अभी आपका b4 का pawn under attack है. And now for example, what white can do here, you cannot put this queen in any kind of threat. Okay, if you play something like knight c2, defending the pawn, attacking the queen will go to c3, and I think somehow white has to give this pawn and exchange this pawn on b5, ab5, bishop b5, and this is fine position for black only. So I think दिव्या को इक्वालिटी जो है वो मिल गई है, क्योंकि अकॉर्डिंग टू मी जो हम बात कर रहे थे यहाँ पे आफ्टर क्वीन d2 the issue was that queen a3 was forced. Okay, now the issue is the good thing about in this structure with white is that ये pawn structure solid है अभी, there is no weakness here. Okay, so and black queen थोड़ा सा फंसा हुआ है अभी, उस हिसाब से देखें. So in that way this is fine only, but I think why Tan choose b4 line, maybe she were worried about knight e4 and queen d2 पे रखा हुआ है. तो कई बार क्या होता है कि you decline some variation because you are not comfortable. Okay, knight ऊपर आ जाएगा, and then means you don't want to go in that variation simply, so you avoid calculation. And this is where the players like Gokesh are very dangerous. They calculate everything, and they and especially if Gokesh is there, he will play something like queen d2 or something. So okay, come knight e4. I already calculated. But in so many players, you will say no. I'm not going to play queen d2 because knight e4 is annoying. So this is the difference between two different kind of players. So, and also about the calculation. If you talk about the women chess player, they are good only. But if you compare the women chess player rating 2500, 2050, and men's top player rating is 2750, this is the main difference. This you will find the basic difference in calculations, that they are good only. They both are good only, and women's chess top player is also very good only. But they will avoid certain situation to calculate, and that's why you will find some different kind of moves in their game and some different kind of moves in men's game. So anyway, hey, let me open the chat. It didn't open here, so soon, friends. Sagar bhai will also join you. He will join you from Las Vegas. I think already Savera ho gaya hoga udhar, and soon I have to visit the Sitges tournament. But anyway, I'm here with you right now, and okay. So this is something interesting is happening. Okay, so let's move to Koneru Humpy game, and what is the update here? After knight d2, okay, Humpy is still not played anymore, but here is, little tension is there to protect e5. But there is one difference in bishop d6 and bishop f6. If you place your bishop in d6, not only you're going to protect this pawn. Okay, for a moment, we will discuss about this d5 pawn. But this bishop will keep looking on opponent's king side. But if you say, okay, no, I have to defend this knight and play the bishop on f6. Now the problem is this bishop is become almost one pawn and is doing nothing towards the king side. And also knight will come on e4. And also in future, this pawn, if you want to press this pawn to f5 or something, or some to take some, means, so every decision is very important. Where you are heading, are you going to bishop d6, or are you going to bishop f6? For example, bishop d6 here. Now bishop into, now you have to calculate this correctly. I think Humpy is working on this move only. Take queen to d5, and then knight f4, queen e4, and then maybe f5, because now there is no light color bishop. So I think this is all going on in Humpy brain currently, as I understand. Maybe she's just calculating how to work with bishop d6. If I go bishop d6, if opponent capture my knight and take the pawn, that is how good, how much initiative I will get in return. So you have to calculate all, and that is, I think, that is how Humpy must be working in this situation. Okay. Okay. Go back to the Divya position. Here. Okay, so as I already told you, for me, I like when, means I like in the perspective of Divya Deshmukh that Tan played b4 line instead of queen d2. And this is more nice to get equality from black, because here you have to defend. Now, for example, if you want to defend this pawn, if you want to defend this pawn from rook, you will put rook e1, and then now even knight d4 exchange, and here queen d4, and then queen a2, and it's fine. Now is fully fine for black. And if you play something like rook a1, queen e2 is hanging. So the position is says that, okay, you have to defend the position, and then maybe bishop f3. Now you want to target this pawn, and now queen will come to c2 to come back inside. Now, for example, bishop d5, knight d5. Oh, okay, here this is also possible, but anyway, rook bc1 things are there. So for example, we just say, okay, exchanges, and this will be the fine for fully equal position. Even you have one extra pawn in the queen side. So that's why I like the idea of b4 used by Tan Zhongyi. If she could have played queen d2, this could be more strong for black. So for India's perspective, looks good in this game also for Divya. Let's go back to हम्पी के गेम में उधर क्या कुछ चेंजेस हुआ है? ओके, हम्पी इज टेकिंग टाइम हेयर एंड दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट मोमेंट टू टेक टाइम एंड और जो अपडेट है नया वो ये कि हम्पी अब टाइम में 2 मिनट पीछे हैं, जो कभी करीब 20 मिनट आगे थे। तो वो ओपनिंग का जो फेस था ऑलरेडी गॉन, वो यूज कर लिया आपने। और ये देखो, ऐसा नहीं सोचना चाहिए कि आओ हम्पी इज नाउ बिहाइंड इन टाइम सो शी इज नॉट वेल, नो। जब आप ओपनिंग में कोई नया चाल खेलते हो, यू प्लेड समथिंग न्यू इन ओपनिंग and your opponent is taking time, and that particular time you already know that okay, how to play, what to play. So that extra time, for what? You don't need to save that extra time and take back with you after the game in home. That extra time to use in middle game, and either keep the chances equal balance from black, or either convert an advantage. So here from black side, in these important events, one small surprise can help you some extra 10, 20 minutes, buy for you 20 minutes, and that 20 minutes will help you to equalize easily the game, or maybe to put your opponents in more pressure. So I think Humpy idea in opening work really well today. And even after 12 moves, this new position came. There is no games in record, and position and time in time wise also she's fine, position wise also she's fine. I hope ki all is well. निकलेश भाई, we want to send you on your channel, you come। ये हमारे हिंदी चैनल में एवरी डे सो मेनी वीडियोस आर कमिंग भाई। आई डिडंट स्टॉप एनी वीडियोस हिंदी चैनल में। हाँ, सिर्फ और सिर्फ कमेंट्री लाइव करना हिंदी चैनल पे ऑलमोस्ट अभी बंद है इस समय। एंड हम वापसी करने की कोशिश करेंगे, क्योंकि वो एक पूरा एक अलग एफर्ट है, और मैं लगातार ट्रैवल भी कर रहा हूँ और बहुत सारी दूसरी चीजें भी हैं। और वही एक कारण है कि हमने वहां पर जो है अभी फिलहाल के लिए लाइव कमेंट्री नहीं चल रहा है। सो आज आज ये मान के रखो, आई होप कि नाउ प्लेयर्स ऑलरेडी इन द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट phase of this tournament, FIDE World Cup. Nobody is going to take extraordinary risk from opening, because everyone want, okay, at least don't lose before tie break. Okay, so okay, knight came to d2. दिव्या के गेम में वापस चलते हैं। And this is the position of Divya game. This is the position. Okay, I think here Tan is taking time, because maybe she might already realize that this position is already fine for black also. Because how you will proceed here? Now, this is one very important thing is also there. As I told you, now this pawn is not here and move to b4. If Tan will go for exchange here, take. Now, this is not only like this pawn is weak. Now, this pawn is also weak. So, and this pawn is also weak. So, for example, queen c2. Black is not going to defend this pawn now. Black will play a5. Take, and here, if you take, even c5 is coming. This is very interesting. So, and after she will take rook into a5. So that one weakness already gone. So actually, वो जो b4 आगे आया ना pawn, this is going to help Divya to equalize more faster. And okay, currently this is the situation. Okay, where is Sagar bhai? Sagar bhai in Las Vegas bhai. सोने दो उसको थोड़ा सा. Okay, so let's go back to the game of Koneru Humpy here. Okay, after knight d2, Humpy is taking quite a good time because Humpy already took 23 minutes. When she played castle, she had 1 hour 10 minutes. Now she has 47 minutes. So she already used around 23, 24 minutes. वो जितना advantage opening में मिला था, she already used it. अब ये वाला मूव तो फिर अच्छा आना चाहिए. 24 मिनट यूज करने के बाद आई थिंक बिशप d6 she will play. Okay, in Humpy's game, the computer says bishop f6 is the best. Yes, Tarun Panji, but sometimes, uh, engine says because engine thought in different way, but human thought in different way. Na? So this is the difference. But I think bishop d6 in game wise, bishop d6 is more interesting actually. But anyway, bishop f6 is okay. Bishop f6 had one idea that bishop f6 is going to control the d4 squares also. So if opponent play ed4 something, for example knight d4, even if you feel fine, you can take bishop into d4. That is also possible. One of the possibilities there. Okay, so after knight d2 here, Koneru Humpy is thinking. So let's analyze the game. Like for example, bishop here. Okay, for example, this move में जो बात कर रहा था, यहाँ पे actually में white का best move है d4. इसको मारना नहीं है. But ed4, knight d4. But this is also fine for after bishop c7. This is fine for black. Even I like this bishop more than here. So for my take, bishop d6 is more interesting than because in both situation, either opponent is going to play d4 and open this file, but in the same time this diagonal. In both case, or take the d5 pawn. In both case, black position is looking more interesting, more plays there. So let's see what Humpy is going to choose. Already Humpy used 25 minutes for this move. So something is coming. What is coming, we are not sure, but something is coming. Okay, and here Tan is thinking from long time. Okay, here Tan already thought something like 16 minutes he's thinking here. And the reasons he's thinking, I think, is very clear about this pawn. Okay, for example, if she prays this pawn, you cannot take because this knight will be annoying. So you have to exchange the knight first. Take the knight, queen d4, and then take the pawn. And then bishop b5. And then even, I think, rook f c8. And this position is fully fine for black. So Divya position already, I think it's near to equal only. And the mistake which from Tan's side, which makes this game equal, is b4 actually. This move was the mistake, I think. And now Divya had chance. Okay, anyway, what is the current position? Current position, this is the current position. White to move, and Tan is thinking from last 17 minutes. Go back to Humpy. Oh. Humpy played here queen c7. Now this is interesting. Okay, she didn't play bishop because I think she was worried about the d5. So in both situations, if you remember when that move happened, d5 and d5, Humpy played safe. Once again, she played safe. So, it's not about the game only. It's about emotions. It's about so many things. It's, so much pressure is there. This is not everyone every day reach World Cup semi-final. So there is a lot of pressure, and sometimes pressure means because Humpy thought more than 20. This is common rule in chess. If you thought more than 10 minutes, I'm not sure how much is exactly what is the rule. Something is there. If you thought more than 10 minutes or something, after one moment, that means you are confused. So some rule is there. I'm not able to recall it exactly, but some rule is there that कि अगर ऐसा कुछ हुआ, so if you're taking more time, that means you are getting confused. Thank you, Harsh Kumar. Mayur ji, thank you. क्वीन b3 आ गया व्हाइट से दिव्या के गेम में. ओके, लेट्स चेक हियर. ओके, क्वीन बी, ओ रुक c1 आ गई वो. ओके, बट फॉर एग्जांपल व्हाट यू सेइंग, क्वीन b3 आ गया. तो क्वीन b3 आ गया तो क्या हो गया? क्वीन b3 मार देंगे, ये तो और इक्वल हो गया. हम बोल रहे हैं, आप तो ये बोलेंगे कि भाई आप ये a6 मारोगे तो मारोगे, हम ये दो पॉन मार लेते हैं, तो ये तो और खराब हो जाता है. उन्होंने रुक c1 खेला, एंड नाउ दिस इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. सी इज ऑफरिंग a2 pawn but in return of c6 pawn. सो आई थिंक जो इजी तरीका है, एक तो वही जो हम बात कर रहे थे, एक जो तरीका है वो a5 का है. a5 खेलो. if for example if rook into c6, then ab4 even interesting for black, but naturally opponent take, and here if take, then c5 and then take after this. So this is very important, the next move of Divya Deshmukh. Okay, a5, rook c6, ab4. This is interesting because you have to defend this pawn. Okay, and but so she can play maybe bishop f3 to take back this pawn, queen a2. Oh, even dangerous move is there. Rook into f6 is here. Rook f6, gf6, and bishop d5. So anyway, this position is equal only. But okay, this move is very important from Divya Deshmukh if she's able to find a5, which is natural move, I think, or she will play safe with something like a rook fc8 or something. Let's see. Okay, rook c1 played by white here. Rook c1. a5. Will Divya will choose this line, a5? What do you think? दिव्या खेलेगी b5 यहाँ पे, या कुछ और होने वाला है? But till now, what I saw is she always found nice moves. This is really, really important time. Okay, go back to the Koneru Humpy game. Here, what is happening here? So soon Sagar bhai will also join you, friends. So you will enjoy more flawless commentary in English. Okay, here. Okay, so oh, so here after queen c7, she immediately played d4. Now this is interesting. Into d4. Now, okay, Humpy took into d4. Now this is very interesting. If you play knight d4, even knight f d4 is very interesting here. But, or either you want to take bishop d5 first, cd5, then knight d4. Hey, this game is getting little interesting now. ये थोड़ा सा रोमांचक हो रहा है गेम अभी. Okay, she took, I think, knight d4 also. Wait 1 minute, I will switch and check. Yes, she took the knight d4 already. Now, good move is from Humpy side is knight f d4 to just protect this knight, because opponents in not in the situation to play something like g3 or something. This is going to help even black, these holes. Means it's not like minus or something, but that Humpy will be happy if opponent will play something like that. So practically is like little awkward for play g3 actually from white. Okay, you already have bishop, you can go and back and sit here, but all plans will be changed. The current plan will be changed. Okay, so knight f d4. So both positions are actually till now is okay, almost equal only. And this move is very interesting because still you see this knight have a problem of support. So either you play, okay, this is also possible, you play this knight here, knight df4. And if black plays something like this is not good because you have knight h3 check even. Oh, this is also interesting. So knight d4, this knight to d4. And then, okay, you have to find good square for this bishop. Maybe here somewhere or here. Okay, so far the current scenario is Humpy is 10 minutes behind in clock against Lei Tingjie. And if you talk about Divya Deshmukh time, she's almost equal to, oh, Tan played some move. This is very, let's check the Divya game. Okay, here. Okay, after rook c, okay, no. Okay, after, she already played rook c1 after Divya is, this was the Divya turn. Okay, I forget. So a5 is the best move here. Let's see what Divya play here. Looks like she can play here. Okay, but if you talk about more interesting thing, for example, queen a2. This is also fine. This is not like something bad is there. And rook fb8. And then, for example, here, bishop f3 to take the d5. And then you have to be careful with, because d5 is also coming. I think rook f6 or something is coming. So maybe queen b2 need to be played. And then bishop d5, knight d5, queen d5, queen b4. And so this game, ये थोड़ा जल्दी ड्रॉ की तरफ जा सकता है. आने वाली कुछ चैलेंज जो है going to set the tone of this game. But okay, for according to me, the move who shift this game towards the draw is b4. This was the move. And now this is the position. Okay, this is the position. Divya has to move. And here, okay, here, something new is happening. Yes, something new is happening. Okay, so Humpy removed the knight from d5 and challenging this bishop. So she didn't choose to go to f4. She again, and this is the third time. Let's go back and check here. For example, here, when Humpy played d5 and she had a chance to play b5, but she went for normal chess. Here, she had a chance to play bishop f6 or bishop d6, which is taking to gain this two little interesting other things are happening. She avoid, play solid. Okay. After here, she had a chance to go to f4, try to create something. No, once again, she went solid and she went knight here, b6. So opponent will play maybe somewhere bishop d3 or something. But still, you need to develop this bishop from somewhere. I don't know where you, because this rook eyes on this bishop. Okay, knight is in support, but anytime bishop into d3 is possible. So you need to be careful. Or maybe knight back to the d5. Okay, but overall, आई थिंक दूसरी या तीसरी बार, 3 बार करीब करीब ऐसा हुआ जहां पर हम्पी ने सॉलिड खेलना प्रेफर किया बजाय कि किसी कॉम्प्लिकेशन में जाने के। बल्कि ऐसा भी कोई कॉम्प्लिकेशन नहीं था कि इट्स लाइक टू मच कॉम्प्लिकेटेड और समथिंग, बट देयर वाज द थिंग्स वाज देयर। सो फ्रेंड्स, 1 minute, let me confirm. So thank you very much everyone for watching me, and keep watching because Sagar bhai is going to join any moment now, and your experience will become more beautiful with uh, amazing analytical skill of Sagar bhai. Okay, so bye bye, dost. Keep watching. Commentary will continue.
Hello? Cool. Hello? Hello. Welcome everyone. Niklesh bhai had said Pardesi jana nahi. And I think I've come all the way from USA for this live stream. And we have right now on our screen the game between Lei Tingjie and Koneru Humpy. Arey Amit Rao ji, good morning Sagar bhai. Richard says Divya will beat Tan, mark my words. Soham Dandekar, Sagar bhai came cho. Arey, guys, welcome everyone. Seems like a very critical position for Humpy because she's playing with the black pieces and her opponent is this super strong Lei Tingjie. If she manages to hold this, it will be huge. But as it turns out, her position is slightly worse. Let me just flip the board, so that we can look at it from black's POV. And we have a move on the board, F4 played. Guys, do you like this move F4? कैसा लग रहा है? निकिता भट्टाचार्य से सागर भाई कहां हो? I am in Las Vegas, leaving today. अभी तो it's 6:30 in the morning here in Las Vegas, but it's really cool. I think I'm still in Indian time zone. For me, I'm still at 7 p.m. Indian time. So right now, if you look at this position, what has happened is F4 is played and this pawn is restricting the knight and the bishop. My understanding is that Humpy will jump with the knight ahead to g4. Chess World says, does f4 completely expose the king? And later bishop f5 can be a threat. Yeah, that's true. Bishop c5 as well. And I think Humpy might jump to g4. And if you go h3, knight back to f6. I mean, this square has become slightly weakened, but somehow this knight on d4 is amazing. It stops the light squared bishop from coming to f5. So let's imagine that I play knight f3. And now Humpy can already play a very strong move here. Guys, what do you play here as black? Black to move. What would be your feeling? That is a good move here. Remember, knights which are well placed must always be kicked. Chess World says bishop c5, maybe not a bad move. 97 by Batman. Okay, not bad. Oh, we have 1000 people here. Let's go, guys. Guys, like the stream, like kar diya jaye. And Vivek bhai, should we have the bars on the bottom of our screen? Badhiya ho jayega bhai to have the bars. Shout out to Vivek ji, who is right now handling the OBS. Vivek is someone you might remember to our OG viewers. He was always the chief arbiter of COB. He used to handle everything and then he decided to help us with this broadcast by setting up the OBS so that Niklesh can commentate. Then I am in Las Vegas where my internet is not so great and he was like, let's do it. So that is why we are able to bring you the Women's World Cup live here. Thank you, Amit Bhai. Vivek OP. क्या बात है? C5 kicks the knight but doesn't look good, says Soham. Soham bhai, what's the problem? Kick karo na. कितना बढ़िया है. You kick the knight away. The knight has to move. Let's say it goes to f5. I'll simply chop it off. Queen f5. And you will suddenly see that black position looks more cohesive. Like everything is looking good. The rook can come in. Rook a e8. बढ़िया move. Guys, player camera we haven't been able to get, but hopefully if one of the Indian players reaches in the finals, we will make a request to FIDE and we will try to get it. For now, you will have to make do with my video camera. I know that it's not very pretty, but what to do, guys? Right now, this is the live board. Guys, can we go to Divya's position against Tan Zhongyi? Here we have, oh my goodness. Guys, a handshake might be coming pretty soon here. Divya Deshmukh should be able to hold this without any trouble. You are pretty, Sagar bhai. Okay, guys, thank you. Thank you for your great compliments. What are Divya's chances of making it to the candidates? Very high, I must say, especially with this draw. I think very likely to end in a draw. For example, I feel a very clean way. You can think that d5 pawn is a bit weak. So what is a clean way to equalize here, guys? Black to play. Where is Arshit Bhai? Arshit Bhai is in this hotel, 2 floors up. But he must be sleeping, guys. He must be very busy right now. I mean, he was very busy. So I think he must be taking some rest. But let's see if we are able to get him at some point. Yes, Soham Dandekar, Hardik Kandpa, Manchum Deka, Mandar Vadam. Are great, guys. D4, boom, boom. Great move. You have to trade. I will trade. And guys, in case you take the 7th rank, मतलब ये तो होने नहीं वाला है, but अगर हो गया, I want 10 of you to answer here. What do you play here as black? And here we have our first member, Srirang Bondale. Thank you so much for becoming backer of Indian chess. Srirang Bondale. Thank you. Pawn Monarch says holding tan with black is really a good result. I agree. I mean, yes, we have Rugdi 1 answered by so many people here in the chat. We have Nishant, Arijit, Soham, Ganesh, Eren, Malik, Rishabh, Arith. Brilliant job, guys. Rugdi 1 check. And this is no. Oops, sorry. Ek square. Check and you win the bishop. So this is not the live board, guys. This is the live board right now. And so for now, I feel like this is a draw. And Divya will play d4. She's thinking. And if she makes a draw, I was actually a bit concerned about Divya's position at this point. When her opponent played b4, takes, castles. Maybe instead of castle here, I don't know, somewhere it did feel like why, or maybe it was not needed to play b4, yeah? Like, for example, queen d2, queen takes a3, short castle, or I can play knight c6, bc6, and then short castle. I think a position like this would have been very pleasant for Tan Zhongyi, but somehow she got tempted by this move b4 here. And I think it was a step in the wrong direction because after takes, castles, okay, this looks nice. I mean, queen b4 looks terrible move because of, guys, white to play. Are you still in Vegas? Yes, I'm in Vegas, guys. It's beautiful view here, right outside. I'm on 54th floor of Hotel Hilton here. If you win the World Cup, then only you get GM title. Oh, crazy. Actually, Divya could win the World Cup and become a GM. That would be classy. When was the last time a non-GM player won a World Cup? I don't remember. Yes, Rook B1, Dev Joshi, Arijit. Well done, guys. Simple move, Rook B1, and ye mar gaya idhar. So I have to go back if I want to defend. But then suddenly the knight jumps in, attacking here and here. It's too much to handle. So I think Divya did the right thing. She castled, takes, rook c1, rook c8, queen b3. She chopped, h6, rook c2, rook b8, chop, takes, a5. And yeah, she got what she wanted. Exchanges, g3, d4 is on the board. Guys, I wouldn't be surprised if the players shake hands very soon. Okay, that means we have to dedicate all our attention to the game of Koneru Humpy versus Lei Tingjie, and the knight has jumped to g4. The white knight has come to e4. Now, guys, the engine is on here, okay? But I'm not going to see the lines. I'm going to focus here on the board, and I'm going to think, because clearly, without the engine, sometimes it gets very tough to understand these top level games. I'm going to try and make an attempt. Firstly, this guy is coming to take my knight, the knight on e4. And I want to actually move my bishop away from d6. But where do I move it? One idea that I could come up with is bishop e7. a very simple move, dropping the bishop back. And then if you push my knight away, I'll get knight f6 because the bishop protects the knight. So thinking about this now, or should I actually be okay with giving up this bishop? Why not? Guys, what about c5 as a move? That also seems very, very possible and plausible. Oh, she plays c5. Let's go. Humpy and I thinking alike. Arey, kya baat hai? Guys, amazing. We have 1600 people. Guys, like karo stream ko. Do subscribe to ChessBase India. We have a subscriber count. We are moving towards 3 million subscribers. 29,000 people away from reaching 28 lakh. उसके बाद और 2 लाख है तो और टाइम है 3 मिलियन पहुंचने को. But who knows, by the end of this year perhaps. Manish Anjali says Mikhail Tal won world championship when he was not a GM. Really? I don't believe it. I can't believe it. This would actually put all my chess understanding into question. A non-GM becoming world champion. No way. Come on. Anna Cramling in the chat. Array, not real one. Hello, we are here because FIDE stream is lagging. Array, guys, if you want to watch the cameras and all of it, FIDE is having a stream on FIDE channel where we have commentary by Almira Skripchenko, a wonderful player from France. And we actually, when I was in Paris, I visited her hotel. Actually, she has a restaurant there. Oh, amazing food. And she's commentating there along with, I saw Katie once, I saw another GM there. So please do check it out. It would be amazing. Oh, she goes back. Knight f3. Guys, मजा आ रहा है अभी. मुझे ऐसे लग रहा है ये गेम बराबरी पे हो गए. Like Humpy was worse. She is now equalized. And now what move should we make? Guys, what do you play? मेरे को तो लगता है one move very interesting is to pin. Pin करो और win करो. But the problem is there will be a check on f6, knight takes f6, and then my bishop will fall. Is it good for me? Now, one point is I have to calculate. Second is I have to assess. Is that good? Is that not good? Rookie 8 says Newton's backyard. Array, Newton's backyard. Very interesting move by Newton's backyard. Guys, is it a good move? Oh, it's a huge mistake. Rookie 8. But Q. Why is this a mistake, guys? Can you try to find out? White to play. Let's go. B6 followed by BB7 says Durgesh. Durgesh, I am very doubtful of this maneuver, especially with the bishop here. But it could solve all black's problems if it works. I knew it, guys. I knew it. Guys, सुबह इधर हुई है, लेकिन आप लोग blunder कर रहे हो. But Adik Lenin in the chat, very strong guy. He finds the right idea. Don't play knight f6 check here directly, hoping that you will win the rook, because I simply take it back with my knight and defend the rook. तो हो गया. This is terrible. You would lose the World Cup. You would lose the spot in the candidates, although you would technically not lose the spot in candidates, because those who will lose this semi-final clash will actually face off against each other for the third spot clash. So you could still make it. But the right move here is h3. And suddenly the bishop has to move away, knight at 6, and then you go check, and then you lose here the rook. So actually, if you think about it now that I'm kind of understanding this position more and more, white's threat is h3. Because once you play h3, the knight has to go back to h6, which is not a pleasant square to be in. You can go back to f6, but he'll take and double the pawns. Divya Drew, let's go, guys. Divya has drawn... Oh, this is Magnus Carlsen's game. Sorry. Divya has drawn her game here. Great. Amazing. Divya OP ho jayega is chat mein. The way this youngster has played here, hats off to her. She actually managed to beat some super strong players. Teodora Injak, who was, or maybe Inyak, 2437 from Serbia, Serbia #1. Then she managed to beat Zhu Jiner, like one of China's biggest talents right now. She's 2533. Then she played the next round against Harika. And you know, I was very curious to see who would come out on top, because here is a stalwart of Indian chess, Dronawali Harika, who has played at the highest level on multiple occasions. And here is Divya, the youngster who's made it to the first time in the quarterfinals of World Cup, only 20 years old. Who would win? And Divya, actually, she's 19, I believe, because her birth date is in December, if I'm not wrong. So she's still 19. And what a play by Divya to beat 2-0 Harika in the tie breaks. And it also shows that, just like in our boys, like, or the open section, we have had these youngsters rising up to the top and at some point overtaking Vishy Anand. In the girls or in the women's chess, Divya, Vaishali are slowly moving up and they are trying to take over there, and that happens always. The youngsters always outwit the experienced people at some point in sports. It happens in tennis, you're seeing it. Oh, Bishop F5 on the board. Amazing. Amazing. Okay, guys. Archis Man says, love your dedication to wake up and stream. Arey. भाई सोया ही नहीं तो वेकअप का किधर सवाल ही नहीं. Actually, to tell you the truth, Vegas में they say that the city that never sleeps. I think it has struck a chord with me. I am never sleeping in Vegas. So Bishop F5. Although I get some amazing power naps in the afternoon, like couple of hours, which I have loved. So this is a pin. I think you dislike this pin, so you go for a check, and then I take it here, and then the queen comes in and chops it off. For some reason, Niklesh bhai thought Divya is 21 years old. No, Divya is 2005 born. And if I'm not mistaken, she's born in December. इसको बीच में रखते थोड़ा सा. Maybe now the camera is better. हाँ भाई. ये हार्ड डिस्क है. ये थोड़ा लेके अब तो होते हैं. हाँ मैं ले लूँगा. Okay. Guys, Aditya and Abhyuday are here. Guys, do you want to just say hi to the chat? चालू है ना? हाँ चालू है. Guys, Aditya and Abhyuday are here. The guys hello. Who have done incredible job of covering the tournament here. This is Abhyudaya here. Nahi, ye Aditya. This is Abhyudaya. And they are now going to different locations. Aditya is going to the Esports World Cup in Riyadh, the qualifier. And Abhyudaya is going to be here in the US. And later on, Abhyudaya is going to go in New York.
Washington DC.
Washington DC for the world school teams. So very cool, guys. Bye. कैसे हो आप लोग? Can you say hi to the chat?
भाई अभ्युदय का गर्लफ्रेंड रिवील कब होने?
Oh, Rakshit Singh asking Abhyudaya GF reveal when?
अरे भाई रक्षित का करूंगा.
बहुत कुछ रिवील होने वाला है भाई.
Thank you so much for CBI team.
अरे BDK has just when you guys came, thank you so much to CBI team. तो guys $10 में से 30% कट करके 7% is something that you guys तुम्हारे होगा.
Hi guys, immense respect. अरे हर्ष कुमार.
Hello guys. अरे हर्ष कुमार, thank you. Can you update the result? Yes. By the way, result is there at the bottom. You can see the bar.
चलो भाई.
Divya drew.
चलो chat enjoy. We hope that we have.
What do you think? Do you think Divya will beat Tan Zhongyi? Do you think Humpy will beat Lei Tingjie?
Yes, let's push all the positive energy to them and let them beat, and let it be an all India final so that we have at least 2 Indians in the candidates from here.
Yes, it might not be very easy to achieve that, but I think we are not too far away from it.
Yes. And where we have reached is amazing. I think this is the first time that we have reached this far. And so great play by both.
Yes, definitely. By the way, Rakshit Singh says Abhyuday and Aditya GOAT.
GOAT is here.
Guys, GOAT, because when it comes to on-ground coverage, both of them do incredible work. And so right now, it's time to leave from Vegas for them. And this always is a nice feeling when you have done great work and you can go back home. You can do something, but I think for Aditya, home is still far away. He has to go to Riyadh and do the coverage of the last chance qualifier for Esports World Cup, which is from 24 to 26th. And right now, we have that variation has happened. Oh, Arbiter Vivek in the chat, the guy who's handling the OBS here and the production. Hello guys, real kings of CBI. अरे क्या बात है. Koneru Humpy is role model for young girls. True, trapezoid. I think Humpy is breaking the stereotype where that, when people say, oh, after becoming a mother, you have to slow down, you won't be able to achieve much. Humpy is like, okay, I'm going to sort of test this hypothesis. I'm going to try my best and I'm going to become the best player in the world. And yes, I have a dream to become the world champion. I've achieved everything. I've become the world rapid champion. I have managed to, do excellently in multiple events, winning tournaments like Grand Prix, several Grand Prix. She gets the rook in. And now, White's, guys, what is the big imbalance in this position, according to you? What is that huge imbalance? दिव्यम से सागर भाई जाने से पहले कसिनो के दर्शन. अरे भाई ये सब नहीं होता है चैट. सुबह सुबह यहाँ पे 6:30 ऑल्दो यहाँ पे इफ यू गो इवन एट नाइट और मॉर्निंग पीपल आर ऑलवेज देयर. Yes, Rakshit Singh, Bishop Pair. Sagar bhai, when are you traveling? I'm leaving at 1 p.m., which is in 7-8 hours from now. We will be thinking most likely going to San Francisco, unless there's some change in plan. And we are planning to be there and then leave.
Yes, chat के साथ ले लेते हैं.
Oh, photo with the chat, guys.
कैसे लूं?
कैसे?
आ जाओ तुम आ जाओ.
चैट लो ना. अरे फोन लो ना इस तरह ऐसे
ऐसे.
हाँ. Let's go.
Okay, bye.
Good guys. Ooh, Rakshit Singh is saying Silicon Valley. Yeah, for the Google office is there. We have the LinkedIn office. We have the Microsoft. I think all offices are in San Francisco. But for Amruta and me, the main idea is to walk along the sort of the water body there and go to Golden Gate Bridge, where there was the shooting of which movie? Kaho Na Pyare. Nahi bhai.
Even our players went there.
Yes. There was also in San Francisco Champions Chess Tour which happened, and we have a picture of Prag there, Magnus there. Also, I think Gukesh at some point went there. Arey, look at this. People are saying if White has bishop pair, yes, I think that's the biggest imbalance in the position. That Lei Tingjie has the bishop pair, while Humpy has only one bishop here, bishop and knight. But I do feel that there are squares in White's position which are weak. For example, e4 is a bit weak. e3 maybe a bit. d3 is a bit weak. So if these knights can make their way there, it would be something. Bye. Also, Lei Tingjie's king is a bit weak. Yeah, true. The king on g1 is a bit soft here. We have the pawns here. Guys, we have 2,200 people, but सिर्फ 1,100 like. Guys, थोड़ा 1,500 like तक push कर दिया जाए. All you have to do is hit that like button, because what happens is when you click like, many people get to know, oh, people are liking this stream, something cool is happening, and they come and watch, and this is really cool. It's big news that 2 Indian players are in the semifinals of the World Cup. And by the way, if one of them wins it, it would be huge. Okay, 97 played here by Humpy. She's attacking the queen. Let's think about it. Where will the queen go? Queen d3 is one idea. Queen c2 is another. Queen h3. I don't like the queen going here, because there it's kind of misplaced in my opinion. Although you never know. Yeah, queen h3, something's misplaced. Knight g5, suddenly you have a huge attack boiling up. Hello, Nehal Deshmukh. Arey, how are you guys? How are you, Nehal bhai? Thank you for always being in the stream and spreading good vibes. Can we get an interview with Divya after the World Cup? Definitely, I will ask her, and I would love to interview her. But for now, I hope that I don't get to interview her anytime soon. She should be there throughout the duration, fighting hard. Who is the youngest women's world champion and age? I believe Hui Yifan was the youngest. I think the first time she won the world title was in 2011, if I'm not wrong. And she's born in 93 or 94. So she should be 18 years old when she became the world champion. Incredible talent. That's just like Gukesh, yeah? 16 years, says Anik Das. Okay, maybe I got my date of birth wrong for Yifan. Is she born in 94 or 95? Maybe then. Yes, queen goes back to c2. Okay, what do we do now? One idea for me is to think that we could go g6, because then I can put my knight on f5. Although I could potentially also put my knight on c6. I want to push my pawn forward. There's so many options here. Guys, kya khelna chahiye black ko? What should black do here? 94 born. So she became at 16 years of age. Wow. Maybe, but yeah, like she beat Humpy, right? That was her first title. C4. Look at the speed at which Humpy is playing, but she has to speed up. It's move number 25. You need to make 15 more moves with 17 minutes on the clock. So good job here. Humpy now has done couple of things, yeah. She has clamped down the white pawns. She has secured the d3 square. She has opened up the c5 square for her bishop. And who knows, knight d7, knight c5, knight d3. Gusado under, guys. This knight would be too good. But it takes a lot of time, and generally you don't have so much time on the board. Actually, but this is strategically risky for Lei Tingjie. If she is not careful, Humpy can take over. This is a maneuver that I love. NFD4 or NFD4 says Nehal. Okay, Nehal is saying like you can jump with your knight here, or maybe black can jump with the knights here. भाई आप नेक्स्ट इवेंट के लिए जा रहे हो सो राइट नाउ फॉर नेक्स्ट 2 days आई एम नॉट डूइंग एनी इवेंट्स 2-3 days but then there is the esports world cup commentary which is going to most likely go on an OTT platform and there we will be commentating so that would be very cool. Rakshit says whatever white plays now just go h5 h4. Okay, if you have a knight here h5 h4 is not possible but I like the move h5. Although you have to be super careful because you weaken your g5 square forever and that really gives this knight a beautiful home. So I would be a bit apprehensive of pushing my pawn to h5 but it might not be such a silly idea. On which OTT platform? Okay, I think they're talking but maybe Sony Live is what the discussions are and if that happens could be very interesting. EWC chess events के date क्या है? So there is a final qualifier from 24 to 26th that is going to happen where you will have Pragnananda, Vidit, Nihal, Anish, all these top players playing because 4 spots are still left. We have 12 players from the Champions Chess Tour. And then what will happen is in the next, after that, from 29th July to 1st August, we will have the main event in Riyadh. YouTube पे नहीं आएगा सागर भाई. I don't think the EWC team doesn't want it to be on YouTube. I think so. It will not come there. Is the board blurred? Okay, maybe the board is slightly blurred because we are using Zoom call for sharing. I think we will improve this in the coming days. Because generally I use the OBS and everything, but this is the first time that I'm doing it in a way where we are sharing the screen and Vivek Bhai is handling the production. Maybe at some point there are these good apps called Parsec or something where you can share and it doesn't reduce the quality, and we'll start using that perhaps. Ooh, Supriya says, Sagar bhai, tough question for you. If it's an all-Indian final, whom would you be supporting? One thing, if it's an all-Indian final, the pressure is off on both the players because they both have qualified to the candidates. So that would be really cool. It's tough for me to say whom I would support, because both of them haven't won World Cups yet, I guess. And it means so much to them. I generally, love when youngsters do well, but I'm also a very big fan of Humpy. So yeah. Not so easy, yeah. Not so easy. Pata nahi. Yeah, I haven't thought about it, but if it happens, it would be the happiest moment for Indian chess. I can say that. But right now, they both face such stiff challenge from Lei Tingjie and Tan Zhongyi. These are amazing players from China. And you can see that Lei Tingjie is being put under pressure by Humpy here. Humpy is like, now your time is coming as equal to mine at 18 minutes and 17 minutes for Humpy. Is Divya winning? Are Divya ka game ho gaya, guys? Look at that in the chat. Niche below the board, we have the result of Divya thanks to Rakshit Bhai's bars. It's already a draw. Dhairya says, I was so unlucky. I could not watch your stream in Las Vegas because it was on 11:30 p.m. Arey bhai. Nehal says NED. Nehal bhai, it is NED5. This is interesting. The move that Nehal suggests, put the knight here, check here, and then my knights. And you remember we were talking about this E3 square being slightly soft? Yes, if this... Oh, H3. A little bit, guys. Thoda, Lei Tingjie is getting a bit nervous. Okay, what should we play? Should we go bishop c5 check? Arey, I must check, but I think not so ideal because then would actually trade the pieces, right? Maybe it's possible to go bishop c5. Maybe b5 is not a bad idea. I'm also wondering, could we potentially go knight d5? Because then Nehal, who has suggested in the chat, it does control the e3 square. Both Divya and Humpy looked so comfortable with black. True. NH5 to attack g3, but I think, okay, that's also not a silly move, yeah, knight h5, because if you go g4, this is hanging. Wow, who said NH5? Kaun hai ye? Anunad Singh. Good one, Anunad ji. Although king h2, you have to be a bit careful, but then you have this bishop and queen lined up on this diagonal. So maybe it also is not bad. Rakshit is like h5. Rakshit bhai, it's not a bad idea, but I think knight g5 I'm a bit scared of. But the engine is also appreciating your idea. So h5 square seems like the place to be. You put a pawn, you put a knight. Both seem to work just fine. Rakshit is like ng5 to h4. Aha, you want to soften up the f4 square. That's true. Sizzling. Amazing. Beautiful. So yeah, maybe not h5, maybe not knight g5 right away. I should try to be a little bit more careful. But I think because chess is a very concrete game and you cannot really play on like feel, oh ha, g5 square is weak, I shouldn't do this. Many people play chess like this. Yeah, I don't want to weaken my c6 square, so I didn't push the pawn. Array, don't think this way. Think concretely. If I play h5, yes, I weaken the g5 square here. But can my opponent take advantage of it? No, because h4 is coming. So then if he can't take advantage of it, should I go for it? And these are the things that really make chess beautiful. You cannot look at chess in one way. You cannot look at it, statically, don't want to make weaknesses. You should look at it in a dynamic way. You should look at all the possibilities. Okay. We have Adik Lenin who says knight h5. Okay, Adik. I am all ears for Adik's idea. Knight g6, he says. And then the threat is knight takes g3, king takes g3, and knight takes f4, or maybe even bishop f4 with queen coming in. Beautiful. Great suggestion, Adik. Maybe this really puts a lot of pressure, yeah? Or maybe, I know what she will do. She'll go like take, and play rook e1. And with these trades, maybe your sacrifices won't work. Because firstly, there's a mate here. So you will have to take, bishop takes, and perhaps it's just e1, yeah? So, it's not bad, yeah? I mean, knight h5. But I'm pretty sure Humpy is also tempted to put the knight in the center of the board here, which I think is more in the spirit of the position, because then I go bishop c5 next. Let's say king h2. I mean, one of the things that Humpy doesn't want, I think, is trade of rooks. Like, rook e8, and rook e1. She doesn't want that to happen if she wants to keep playing for a win here. But I also don't know what Humpy must be thinking. Is there a need to play for a win? Can't I just simply make a draw with black and then press with white? Explain LCQ format. Are you going to Riyadh, Shubham? No, I'm not going to Riyadh. Aditya is going. Harshit Bhai will most likely. She goes knight c6. Okay, interesting move. I'm a bit confused. Where is the knight heading to? Do you guys... Rashmi says, Sagar bhai, saw your dance in Las Vegas street. It was amazing. Arey, it was Garba. You know, like we decided, Harshit bhai and I decided to do Garba on Las Vegas street. But firstly, I don't understand what knight c6 is all about. Is Humpy wanting to go knight a5 to b3? Yes, Atharva Kedia gives this idea. But, you know, it reminds me of the knight being completely misplaced there on b3. I don't think Humpy's idea is knight b3 there. Not so sure, yeah. Like, it's a puzzling move, although the engine says it's not at all a bad move. Not at all bad. Kulkarni Vlogs says, love your commentary, Sagar bhai. Arey, Kulkarni Vlogs, if you love it, तो एक like हो जाए दोस्तों. We have reached 1,500 likes, but we have 2,500 people watching. तो और थोड़े likes हो जाए, guys. Let's hit 2,000 likes so that more people join in, more people get to know about the Women's FIDE World Cup, FIDE Women's World Cup happening in Batumi, Georgia, and that so many amazing players were playing, like more than, it was like close to 107 players were playing. King h2 played here by Lei Tingjie. And also Lei Tingjie has this question. Humpy, when you could put your knight on d5, why did you put it on c6? What's going on in your mind here? Cool Centrix says, how do you not lose your voice? Any tips on someone who wants to work in media but lose his voice? You know, I've been kind of lucky in this domain that no matter how much I speak, I don't get some pain or something, but I have not really done anything for it. So in that respect, I really don't know what to do, but I have a friend. Her name is Raghavi. And actually, if you just type Dr. Raghavi, ChessBase India, you will find an article on her. She is, what do you call? By the way, Bishop c5 on the board. What do you call someone who's a throat doctor? She did something in, maybe, yeah, just drink warm water, honey. Maybe it's something like that. You can do, but she can actually help you. She's very good at it. Not ENT, not ENT. I mean, she's an ENT doctor, but she's specialized in laryngology. Yeah, laryngology is what it's called. And she is really, really good. Yes, I have Devesh here who mentions she is fantastic. I think one of the best in the country. And she gives me such amazing stories, like there is a kid or there's a guy for 18 years could never speak, and then she does her therapy and the boy starts to speak, or some kid who couldn't swallow food for years, and through and do you know what, she does all of this, but she's also a WIM. She's not just like a doctor. She had a peak rating of 20 to 90. And she's married to Vishnu Prasanna, who's a grandmaster. So like a power couple. And of course, Gukesh grew up in their house and went on to become the world champion. And so it's a beautiful space that they've created there of everyone achieving something special. Tan is already in the candidates. So can the other three candidates get in? That's a tough question, Anuj. That's actually a brilliant question, by the way. Tan is in the candidates because of, is she I mean, she played the world championship against Zhu Wenjun. So maybe like in the men's, they have removed the spot of the loser of the world championship getting a direct spot in candidates. In women, I don't think they have removed it yet, right? So Tan is not in candidates. Well, I think she's there. Abhishek Parulekar says Basim Amin is the strongest doctor chess player in the world. Yes, 2700. True. Krishnan says, does the candidates winner get? Yes, candidates winner gets, World Cup winner gets candidate spot, but there are 3 spots here. I think Vivek bhai, maybe we can have a section here which actually shows these kind of important things, news. We can have them rotating here or somewhere, maybe not rotating, but we could plan on the top screen where the rules come in, like 3 spots for the candidates and stuff. We could create these screens. It would be amazing for people to know from time to time what's going on. Sagar bhai, how excited you are about India versus USA match? I'm super pumped, guys. Only problem is I am playing. Otherwise, I would have been like, but now I have to prepare and I have to be very serious about it. And I don't know when I will begin, but once I begin, I will. I was actually yesterday just watching Gotham Games channel and his games against Magnus and Fabi and all of it. Very interesting to look at your opponent's games. Arbiter says, Arbiter Vivek says from tomorrow we will have infographics about candidates and direct titles. Whoa, amazing, amazing. What's next for Divya? Well, I don't know. For now, I'm pretty sure, not thinking about anything next. Next is just tomorrow's game with white pieces against Tan Zhongyi. That's all that is on her mind. By the way, did you see some pictures from this event where Divya is actually with her mother in between the rounds preparing? We shared it on Facebook. Later on, we could also show it on stream. Beautiful pictures are there of Divya. She's kind of talking with her mother in between the rounds. She's actually preparing, the tie-break game with Harika. She brings her laptop and like it's incredible. Anna Storman has taken these pictures. Amazing work. By the way, Lei Tingjie is going down below the time of Humpy on the clock. Okay, let's think about it, guys. Bishop c5. You want to go bishop f2 maybe. But now, I think Lei Tingjie can take, and we were talking about this line, right, with rook e1. I don't see. I mean, you take should be equal, no? This should no problems. Even if you go queen e7, I think bishop f2, trading bishops, take. Okay, I can go knight e4, but then you can come in queen b6. Not so sure here. Not so sure. Who's better, Humpy or Ju Wenjun, says Hiten. Well, for now, Ju Wenjun has proven herself to be the best woman player in the world. She's won 5 world titles. She's dominating, and I think even the rating suggests that she's the strongest in the world right now, except Ho Yifan, who's not playing much. Actually, a match between Ho Yifan and Ju Wenjun would be interesting. I think right now, Ju Wenjun might win it because Ho Yifan is not very active. But who knows? Maybe Ho Yifan just works for some time and she would be great. Amruta Mokal says, Saga, it's 7 a.m. You should sleep. It's important tournament, but not good for your health to not sleep. Yes, Amruta, I'll coming. You please go to sleep also. Amruta also awake telling me to sleep, but when she's telling me to sleep, she's also not sleeping. Arvind Chidambaram and Nihal Sarin qualified for EWC. No, actually they are going to play the last qualifier there. Last chance qualifier. And yeah. That would be, I think, the biggest one. And when will we get to see Gukesh play again? I think we'll get to see Gukesh play again in Poland. I think he'll play the he'll play not Poland. He'll play St. Louis Rapid and Blitz. That's in August. So in next 15 days, we'll get to see him playing. Amit Rao says, Sagar bhai, if you're traveling and not available for streaming remaining games, please try to get Saravanan sir. He was great. Yes, we will definitely ask Saravanan. He was super kind to do the first stream. That was the tie breaks of quarterfinals. And I hope that he will be keen to do more. I think he's traveling today to Bangalore, so maybe he couldn't do it, but hopefully very soon. By the way, knight g5 played, and a big question to me is, why can't we go h6 here? It's quite possible, no, to just push it away. Maybe she wants to go knight e4, take, and bishop takes. This is how she wants to continue. Maybe. But now, after knight g5, h6 I'm sure is on Humpy's mind. What else can she be thinking about? One of the two Indian women are sure to go to the candidates. That's true. Even if they both lose the semis and then play the third place match, then both would play. But I would love if both of them go to the candidates. That would be huge. Humpy did play 2024 candidates at six played, but for Divya it will be first time, and I'm sure she'll be super pumped. And who knows, Divya might have a similar trajectory like Gukesh and become the world champion. We never know. Humpy is leading the FIDE circuit, says, wow, okay. Why do we not say Ding Liren playing often? I think he was playing something in China, but he's not playing many like super tournaments. Prajwal says there was a time when Nihal was one of the best chess prodigies of India. Yes, that was roughly around 2020 when he was the highest rated player in amongst the youngsters. He was the first to cross 2600, and right now he is around 2700 mark. My feeling is that Nihal just needs the right few events, some breakthroughs, certain things that he needs to fix in his play, which I'm pretty sure he's working on. Also, he started working with Vishnu, who is the coach of who was the coach of Gukesh. So I think it will help him perhaps there, and he should be able to become very strong in the days to come. Okay, let's have a look at the candidate spots that are available here. Uh, and what is the route? If Vivek can show us that. Yes, there we have. Zhu Jinner already. Oh, this is what? Wow, Zhu Jinner has already made it to the women's Grand Prix. Alexandra Goryachkina is the second one who has made it already. And then we have first in the Women's World Cup here, second in Women's World Cup, third in Women's World Cup. Grand Swiss has 2 points, and FIDE Women's Events 24-25 series first. What is that last spot? Because is it Women's Grand Prix is done, right? So women's events, not so. Oh, maybe it's this FIDE circuit, yeah, or what? Okay, thank you, Vivek Bhai, for showing this. So this is also filling up. Zhu Jinner already through to candidates. Goryachkina. Yeah, it's like circuit. Okay. Let's get back to the screen. Our board here. She goes 94. Guys, huge news coming in. I hope you are aware of it. In India is going to be the FIDE World Cup 2025. The venue city is not yet announced, but it's happening in the month of October. It's going to be huge. I believe all the top players will come to play except Magnus. I don't think Hikaru will play, but maybe Gukesh might play. We'll see. Rakshit Singh says rumors about Goa. Not sure. Not sure. Takes. Okay, you can take with the bishop. You can take with the rook. We are closing in on the 40th move mark. Guys, we don't know the city yet, but I hope that that will be decided soon so that people can plan their trips and that we will be able to set up a live broadcast there like we had at the world championship, and then we have live viewers there and people can enjoy, and we can have a big screen where we can have the videos and so on. So would be super fun if we are able to do that in India. Chennai has become boring, says Rakshit Singh. Bhai, Rakshit Bhai, Chennai is the hub of chess, and I mean, it has hosted the Olympiad beautifully. So, I mean, if you want to be sure that the event is conducted in a brilliant way, then Chennai is a sure bet. But yes, maybe some other places could also take lead here. Gurkirat says definitely showing up whenever it happens. You know, one of the most incredible things that happened in 2022 Olympiad, which happened in India, was the volunteers who actually took part. I believe there were close to some, I don't know the exact number, but some 300, 400 volunteers. And I believe they all kind of worked very hard those few days, 10, 12 days or 15 days. So take, by the way, double exchange. Bangalore also, maybe, yeah, Bangalore actually needs more events happening, which is the number one city who consumes ChessBase India uh, content in India. Any guesses? Sagar bhai, please open more chess clubs in India. Yeah, actually, I'll tell you guys, it will soon happen. Like recently, we did this uh, club that opened up in Gurgaon. We also have a couple in Mumbai. Then Bangalore Chess Club is amazing. Chennai Chess Club is there. I mean, things are happening brilliantly. I think, yes, guys, the right answer is Bangalore is the city which has the most number of views on ChessBase India, or you can say the watch time is the highest. I think Mumbai comes at second and Chennai is there right at, I think maybe Chennai second. Somewhere around there is Mumbai. There's also Hyderabad very close. So all the big metro cities. Arvind has a winning position against Fedosiev in Beal Masters finals. Oh, yes, we will also get some games from them. And now Humpy showing her ideas with the knight to c6 move, which we were a bit confused. She wants to go to b3. And there's this famous game of Botvinnik Capablanca in this. It's completely different line in the Nimzo Indian. It's one of my favorite games. It's on ChessBase India and Learn from Classics. And there the b3 square is weakened, and Capablanca goes like this, puts the knight and tries to win the a4 pawn. But in the end gets checkmated or gets under a huge attack on the other side. Here I feel that Humpy has kind of understood correctly that she need not worry about the attack on the other wing, because her pieces are quite okay. Her rooks are well centralized. She has space here. So I don't think she's worrying about any attack. And then she goes knight b3. Now just imagine, okay, you go bishop g2. Just thought. Knight to b3. I attack the rook. So you take on e8. You don't want to take. And then you go rook e1. And now, at this point, we could very well play the move queen d7. And the idea here is after rook e8, queen e8, I'm attacking this pawn. And you can't take here, I believe. That would be terrible because of a check and you lose the bishop. You need to save this bishop. I don't know what do you do here. Maybe bishop f3 to stop queen e2. But then I just simply chop off the pawn. And so this is the dream scenario for Humpy. If she manages to plonk her knight into b3, the a4 pawn will get weakened and she would be super happy. Tan says, Sagar bhai, please keep the commentary when you're a little classy, not black. Arey bhai, you're talking about World Cup, yes? देखो दोस्तों, अगर हम करेंगे तो we'll do it very well, and I think it'll be great fun that all the fans could travel across the country and do it. I think we'll try to get everyone like who loves chess there. All the top players of the country could come for some time in the broadcast. Of course, Tanya, Amruta, we had Sahil, we had I think Balraj had commentated during the World Championship. Harshit Bhai, we all will do this commentary together. And then maybe we could have like Vishy Anand, who could drop in every now and then, or like some point we could have like, I don't know, some great players. But of course, there are already. I think Shahid had written an article on ChessBase India that 20 Indians have already qualified to the World Cup. So that's already huge from, I think, 206 players who will play. Rakshit says, Sagar, by push for Goa, newer cities, if it's in your capacity, people from different countries. No, I mean, in general, I would love if a new city comes up, but right now it's all about the funding. It's all about like, which city can support. I'm not involved in which city or stuff like that. But once it's decided, I think we would love to promote the event. We would love to make it big. We'll try to reach to more and more people the World Cup, and I think it will be tremendous. By the way, Lei Tingjie, very smart. She's like, hey, Humpy, you want to come here? I'm actually going to double down the E file. So knight b3, rook e1. And guys, now there's a nasty threat that's brewing up here. You have to be super, super careful here. For example, if you play the move b5, it's a massive blunder. Why is this a big blunder? White to play. White to play, let's see. Can you update the bars? No, the bars are updated, guys. It's updated. It's drawing Divya, and the other bar is updated. Yes, the first one to answer this is Nibish. Nibish, well done. Health with Janvi, well done. Brilliant. Bishop at 7. Divyamoy Desarkar, Kuldhir Singh, Rayan. Fantastic, guys. Check here. King goes to h8 and you lose the rook on e8. That's terrible, terrible. So, knight b3. Rook e1 played. Oh, bhai gave this. Humpy, be careful. You know what Humpy should do? भाई अपन को ना तुम्हारे रास्ते में रहने का इच नहीं है. अपन को जाने का है दूसरे रास्ते पे. I want to put my rook on the next file here. बस शांति से खेलना है भाई. Rook d8. Get the rook there. This is great. This is looking great for Humpy. But Humpy could also play queen d7 because now the queen defends the rook and attacks this pawn. I am thinking Humpy may get tempted by this move. This is looking really, really interesting because how do you support this? I think it's gone, yeah. It's busted like bishop c1. I just go and chop off the pawn. Okay, bishop b7 is hanging. Maybe I can start off with b6. Why not? And then I can pick this up. So two enticing options here for Humpy. Rook d8, queen d7 as we move into the last 5 minutes until move 40. I think I'll do the commentary till move 40, guys. Then I'll go to sleep because it's very early in the morning here. Hardly have slept at night. But we'll see what happens in the next 8 moves. Because we don't want to leave it halfway there. What's the move number? We are on move 32. Oranjan says, if you go queen d7, then bishop h7. No, but then I go king h8 and I don't see what your bishop's doing here. I'm also attacking this pawn. My rook is defended, right? So, Humpy, 9 minutes on the clock. We have 3,000 people watching. Let's go, guys. Rooting for Humpy here against Lei Tingjie. Rook d8. Let's go, Humpy. What a move. What a move. Taking the d file. Inner control. I can literally sense Humpy like this. Her iron will trying to down Lei Tingjie. Very exciting. Rook d8, and you know what? These rooks can become super dangerous on the d file. We also have Rakshit's idea in mind now, h5, h4. That could come up. And who knows? This pawn is super weak. Yeah, rook, queen d7. Is g6 good for black, says Nehal? You mean here, Nehal? I think it leads to a slight weakening of structure. Not a bad move, but I could go bishop d5 and I'm threatening queen g6 check because the pawn is pinned. So maybe, they don't want to make this little weakening move, f5, this bishop opens up. Vasanad Rajan says, what a proud moment. if both men and women hold World Cup, oh, that would be huge. Yeah, like if let's say Humpy or Divya win World Cup here, and then in India we have someone else winning the World Cup. I believe that until now only Vishy Anand has won the World Cup before, and at that point the format was slightly different and so on. But he's won it, and apart from him, no one else. The best performance was by Dash. You have to fill it up when he reached the finals. Who is that Indian player? Rahul Quark says, Sagar bhai, what do you have to say about the spoiled media reports in Reddit? अरे यार भाई राहुल भाई मेरा गलती हो गया भाई, होते रहता है. I will और क्या ही कर सकते, have to be more careful. Yes, Pragnananda is correct. Prag in 2023. That is correct. Pragnananda in 2023. Difference between World Cup and World Championship is huge, guys. Remember, World Cup is actually here, like it's a different format, but it's one of the qualifying tournaments to the candidates, and the candidates winner goes to the World Championship. So, at some point, some people do misinterpret that the winner of the World Cup becomes the world champion. No, that does not happen in chess. Even if Humpy or Divya win the World Cup, they will not be world champions. World champion will remain Ju Wenjun, and they will qualify to the candidates, Humpy and Divya, or whoever, and then they have to win the candidates and challenge Chu Wenjun and then become the world champion. Just like how Gukesh challenged Ding Liren by winning the candidates and then became the world champion. Yes, Ajjubai will go crazy in world championship, says Mishal Rathod. We are actually rooting for Ajjubai. I feel that Ajju's performance, some huge performance is due now for him. I think it'll be the World Cup or maybe the Grand Swiss as well. Who knows? Sagar bhai, can we go rook e8? Oh, Pranshul Jain, smart. You want to go here and you are saying that, hey, if you give a check, I will go to f8 and defend my rook. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Bishop c1. One of the things that Lei Tingjie will not do here is collapse. She will fight tooth and nail. It will be tough for Humpy, and in this position already, it's a little bit complicated, how to continue. My thoughts are with the move Queen d7 to attack this pawn. Although it could very well be not a great idea. Queen d7. Maybe you will have to give up this pawn, yeah? Because a5, I just take it. I think what will happen here is Lei Tingjie, and oh, by the way, Humpy goes b6. Humpy is like, you're not getting this pawn. She goes b6. Oof. Great move, Humpy. By the way, guys, is f5 even a consideration here? Because f5 with the idea of f6 and then the bishop launching itself here could be something, but the g3 pawn becomes a bit soft, yeah? So I can actually reroute this bishop to d6 and attack here. So, yeah, I love this move b6 by Humpy. It's such a, how do I put it? It's such a nice waiting / improving move, making sure that when I go after this pawn here, the bishop on pawn on b7 isn't hanging. Anonymous says, Sagar, what are the chances of na1 nb3 draw? That's a good point. Queen b1, come back, attack, come back, go there. It's possible, but I think right now both players, at least Humpy is, I think, not in the mood for a draw. She wants to fight. She wants to fight. Vaishali did reach, by the way, the quarterfinals in this tournament, but unfortunately she was knocked out by Tan Zhongyi, who's facing Divya now. So, yeah, Vaishali did play quite well as well. I think one of her big wins was against Kamala Dinova. She quite, fought really hard and managed to win that match. Format of Grand Swiss. Okay, Grand Swiss format is basically 11 rounds of Swiss League. There'll be more than 100 players playing, and whoever wins the Swiss league will become the champion. Actually, Vidit did it in 2023, where he scored. Oh, bishop goes to g2 now. Now I'm tempted, actually. I'm super, super tempted, guys, to plonk my rook here. Why not? I want to go rook e7. Guys, this is not ending in a draw. I can tell you this is actually going one way or the other. Because, when a draw happens is when play is happening on one side and you can see the pieces getting traded and all of it. But here, Humpy is going after this pawn and there's no way to defend it. So you can't defend. So you have to counter attack. When you counter attack in chess, things can go wrong. So let's say queen d7. Attacking here, I don't know what's the way to create play for white here. I think f5, f6 seems for me the most natural way to do it. But I was also wondering if f6 is just a thought here. I mean, it looks a bit shady from the fact that this becomes a bit weak, and exactly queen f4. Oops, sorry, not queen e4. I mean, attacking here, but bishop f4. I chop the pawn, and maybe that pawn became too much. Yeah, like I guess white is the one pressing now. So Humpy should definitely be careful of f5, not play f6, because white pieces are now quite well positioned. We have 3,000 people, 3,400 people watching, and we have 2,000 likes, guys. Let's hit 2,500 likes, guys. Like कर दो stream को. Humpy goes queen d7. Ooh, she's going after the a pawn. A pawn मर रहा है दोस्तों. A pawn मर रहा है. Getting a bit worried, guys. Getting a bit worried. It's like this. As let's use the term of boxing. When you are boxing, you realize that there is an opening here. I need to box. I need to hit my shot here. So you get excited and you go in that direction. But when you go, you're starting to move like this. You're starting to move. You lose balance, and suddenly the opponent goes boom on the other side. And that's what Lei Tingjie has done. Humpy wanted to go here. Lei Tingjie is attacking on the king side. I would be very, very careful here if I were Humpy now. Super careful. I think one of the things she could very well do is trade queens. But then she cannot win the pawn. Abhijit says Arvind not playing Grand Swiss. Yes, I think Arvind is not playing Grand Swiss. He's a bit tired, I think, in general, and maybe he's just wanting to take some time off. Maybe we'll play the World Cup and use that as his option for qualifying to the candidates, hoping that he can do it. Shubham says, Sagar, get enough sleep. Yes. I will. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for your concern. For me, right now, it seems like, this Lei Tingjie also played it very smartly, because she played f5 and the queen moved away. Because remember, when the queen was here, it was weakening this square on g3. So bishop d6 would have attacked here. So queen d7, f5, and now you can't set up an attack easily. So good one. He will be playing EWC LCQ from tomorrow, I guess, right? The LCQ is from 24th, but yes, I think he will play Arvind. Hopefully, he is signed up for S8 UL, so it's a very important event. Kirti Mishra says, thank you so much for promoting chess and making it more interesting. Guys, we are at this phase in chess, which is like amazing. I mean, talking about the golden era of chess sometimes becomes like a cliche. Everyone say, oh, it's the golden era. But yes, it is. Think about it. FIDE is doing incredible events like this one we are seeing right now and enjoying huge stakes in the World Championship cycle, candidates and World Championship match. Freestyle has come in and is doing like 5 massive events in a year. Grand Chess Tour is doing like 5, 6 super huge events, some top players in the world. And then we have also now the esports World Cup that has entered into chess, and like some huge deals are happening. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if a player like Magnus or Hikaru is getting like some 7-digit sums or something like that for being signed up with Team Liquid or Team Falcon. So huge, huge. And by the way, now guys, I'm a bit worried about queen takes a4 because of f6. And once f6 is played, Humpy would be in trouble. You know, you don't want to be playing g6, trying to keep this position closed. Boom. Bishop h6 is game over. So, yes, she plays rightly queen d3. This was the move that I also felt had to be played because otherwise it was getting a bit dangerous. And my feeling is now the game should end in a draw. Not because white can take here and so on, but yeah, bishop e4. Exactly, you force him to take because of course if you take, it's not at all good. CD and rook has to move and d2 is coming with this knight. So bishop e4, attacking the queen, you have to take. Queen takes, bishop takes, and guys, maybe both the players will be like, Sagar bhai, you can go and sleep now because it's opposite colored bishops, and we will continue our battle tomorrow. Chop chop, king f8, king g2, rook e8, take, and good night, guys. Let's see if that happens. Bishop c2 is on the board. ऐसे ही मूव करते गया guys, ऐसे ही मूव करते गया. Takes, okay. Okay, rook e8, let's go, Humpy. You can make it. It's a draw, guys, it's a draw. Himang says Ayush Sharma won his round 2 game at Oskemen as well today. Yes, Ayush beat whom? Was it? I mean, Mayank beat Arkady Naidich. Whom did Ayush beat? Shubham says, Sagar, I sent you a mail related to ChessBase India. Please have a look at it when you get some time. Thank you, Shubham. That's very kind of you. Rook e8 on the board. Let's go. Now, my move was rook ce2. Rook ce1, sorry. No, I'm not going to Saudi, guys. Saudi, I'm going back to India soon. But before that to San Francisco for a couple of days. Demchenko he beat yesterday. Today he beat Dmitry Bocharov. Oh, amazing. Ayush Sharma could very well become the first grandmaster from Madhya Pradesh. Guys, Madhya Pradesh has had a huge history of chess. You guys, let's see who is the big history buff in our chat. Who is the most famous player from Madhya Pradesh? Oh, they drew. They drew. Let's go. Draw is on the board. 2 draws today between Humpy and Lei Tingjie and Divya Deshmukh and Tan Zhongyi. Turtle Intelligence says, I don't like it. Humpy was in driver's seat. Well, she was trying to press, but you know, I wouldn't put it in driver's seat. I do feel she was doing well. But this move, Queen D7, maybe not the best, yeah? Because it allowed f5 and she had to kind of push the brakes. Maybe rook d6 could be much more in that spirit, and now if you play f5, it's not going to work out because I have take and I don't know, like take, and it's just over after rook d3 because the queen is here and g3. As we spoke, it's a weakness. So yeah, I mean, Humpy's move queen d7 a bit too, I don't know how to put it, a bit too soft there. And Lei Tingjie immediately pushed f5. Humpy didn't want to go f6. That's a bad move. It weakens squares. So she said, oops, I want to trade queens. And that's how she managed to do it. Okay, guys, today we had, who's the most famous player? Not Niklesh Jain, guys. Of course, Niklesh Jain, very well-known personality from Bhopal, uh, and also very well-known. But there's a very famous player from Madhya Pradesh who won India's first individual medal at Chess Olympiad. I don't think anyone got it. Yes, time to go to sleep, guys. Time to go to sleep. Actually, it was Rafiq Khan who managed to do that. And no, it was not Nasir Saab. It was Nasir Ali is from UP, if I'm not mistaken. It was Rafiq Khan. And we have a beautiful article on him on ChessBase India. If you read about it, he won the first ever individual medal for Indian chess at the Chess Olympiad in 1980. Was it 80 or something? 80s. And yeah, huge. Okay. Yes, Akshat Khamparia is actually the first IM of Madhya Pradesh. And he is also trying for his GM title. He already has one GM norm. So, yes, Madhya Pradesh chess has a lot of fire in it. We have this young boy, Madhvendra Pratap Sharma, very talented boy. So, you see, chess in North India is also growing. In Madhya Pradesh, we had our um, first boy who is actually a Sikh who has become an international master. His name is Sahib Singh. So, like it's nice to see that chess is spreading across the country, not just, let's say, in certain belts. And I think that's one of the key things which would be very cool. And oh, I'm on full screen now. Guys, it's time for me to say goodbye to all of you. Thank you all for tuning in. Do like the stream. Do put a small comment here for Humpy and Divya, sending your positive vibes to them. Tomorrow, they both will play with the white pieces against their Chinese opponents, and they'll try to press. And then, if that ends in a draw, we'll go into tie breaks. But if one of them wins, they go into the finals, they get the candidate spot, and it's everything to play for. So thank you so much. And Vivek Bhai, thank you for holding fort for the production that you are doing, so that we are able to bring this to the people, because otherwise the internet was not strong enough to stream from here. But Vivek doing the heavy lifting from Ratnagiri, he is doing this entire thing. So thank you, Vivek Bhai, and see you guys very soon. Bye bye.